Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. Feels good to be back on camera on your TV. Welcome to our Let's Talk Vegas Q&A. We're actually here in Windsor, Ontario at Caesars Palace. I guess they call it Caesars Palace here. We're here with friends. We were gonna film this Q&A Vegas talk a couple weeks ago on our family vacation in Myrtle Beach, but we just didn't get a chance to do it. Never got the right time.
We kind of ran out of time.
Yeah, so friends invited us here to Windsor and we thought, you know, let's I told Heather, bring the questions with you. And if we have time, why not do it when we're about to go gambling? So kind of a perfect fit. So right. We're here in the room, everybody's freshening up. We don't have to meet them for a while till we're gonna meet for dinner and drinks. So here we are. We're missing Vegas. We are dying to be back.
I tried to get him to go this weekend.
Yeah, flights were way too expensive. So we are ready. Let's talk Vegas. Let's talk about the channel. Any questions you guys have. So I'm gonna go in fresh. I told Heather I didn't want to see the questions until we actually do this.
I had to gather them. And
so she's got it all organized. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I heard, the feedback was phenomenal. So thanks everybody. It was Instagram, YouTube,
Facebook, Instagram stories, awesome. Facebook stories. I actually got the most questions on the stories.
Great. So that's really cool. So
there ended up being, over 173 questions. But thankfully a lot of people asked the same thing a lot of the time. So I was able to combine them that way. So we're not going to be here for 4 hours.
Yeah, we're not sitting. Yeah, we don't have time for that. And I don't think you guys want to sit here that long.
No.
So we've got a few drinks in the room here. I'm doing the Canadian classic Clamato juice.
But this one is the pickled bean.
This is pickled bean. Yeah, it's delicious.
I actually don't mind it, and I'm not a Caesar fan at all.
Yeah.
And since I've been drinking mojitos, the less sugar drinks, I realized I actually don't mind seltzers now. So I'm drinking a Vizzy.
Nice.
And I did bring mojitos too, but that's what I have.
All right, so settle in. We're gonna answer your questions and talk Vegas. Mm-hmm. So here we go.
Okay.
Heather, start us off.
So we're starting off with our channel member questions because we told them they take priority for the Q&A. So we're going to start with Amy Bean and Steve Smith, both kind of asked the same question. Amy said, how did you meet, and did we each have a love for Vegas previous to meeting? And then on top of that, we were also asked by Kristen Marie 2000, Dylan, and Donnie Cobb.
Oh, same question?
Yeah, the same question.
Okay. So how did we meet? Okay, well, it's kind of funny. So we actually grew up in the same city. We lived like 5 minutes away from each other.
Very close.
So there's a park in between and she was one street on this side and I was one street on that side, but we never met ever. So Heather, as we started dating, we got to know each other, and she used to babysit my next door neighbor.
Yes.
And we still never met. So she went to grade school and high school with one of my best friends, never met. So it's kind of, I think it's sort of fate how it all happened, because if we hadn't met at certain times, I was dating someone, she was dating, we probably wouldn't have got together. So
right.
Anyway, we ended up meeting. It was our friend's birthday party. They rented a party bus to go to the Toronto Blue Jays game, and a bunch of, it was just friends and people going. And we were both on that trip. That was the first time we met.
Right. And I slept in for that trip. So I texted my friend that morning and I'm like, I slept in, just go without me, whatever, no big deal, right? And she's like, I am not going without you, get your ass over here. So I said, okay. I'm like, but I still have to stop at the liquor store. She's like, that's fine, we're waiting. So I ended up making it.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't have even been on that trip if she said, okay, see you later.
Yeah, so kind of crazy. And then, so we went to the Jays game. Yeah, I liked her right away. We ended up sitting together at the Jays game. There's, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 of us that went.
It was a lot.
Yeah, and so we ended up sitting beside each other.
I have pictures of that, actually.
And normally when I go to a Jays game with my friends or now with my kids, we heckle and we yell and we have a good time. And this time I didn't. I was sitting talking to her the whole time, and so it was a different experience. But then the funny part was, so after the Jays game, we take the bus back. Everybody's having a good time. We go back to our friend's house. They're kind of having an after party, birthday party thing. And so we're all there. And then I think it was around midnight or so, I was supposed to go home with my friend. His wife was going to drive both of us home. And then she wanted to leave, and we weren't ready to go yet. So we were like, okay, we'll figure it out. I figure I'll take a cab and I'll just sleep at his house or whatever. So she leaves. And then Heather had some drinks at the Jays game, but that was it. The rest of the night, she wasn't drinking. So then she was like, oh, I could give you guys a ride home. His house was sort of on the way. I lived out in the country outside of the city at that time. So his house was on the way. So we're like, oh, perfect. Now remember, this is the first time I'm meeting her. So like we've just
Very
met today.
trusting.
Yeah. So anyway, she drives my friend home, then takes me home. And she's like, okay, I'll take your car. She drove herself home and she gave me her cell phone number. And she was going to come back and pick me up the next day or get my car back. Anyway. So anyway, she drops me off. I go in the garage. Well, my house key was on the car keys. So I get in there and I come running back out. She's already gone. So then I didn't have my phone either. I think I left it at our friend's house. So then I'm like, okay, I could sleep in the garage, but it was actually getting kind of cold. And then, so for people that are 35 and under, you're not going to understand this, but there used to be pay phones. So even at this time, there wasn't a ton, but there was a general store. Like I said, I lived in the country at that time. There was a general store and I knew there was a payphone there. So I scrounged up some change in the garage. So I think I had like $3. So I had 3 phone calls I could make. So I go back, I run over to the payphone and I call her cell phone. Rings, goes all the way to voicemail, no answer. Do it again. So then I'm starting to think, I'm like, did this girl just scam me and steal my car? So the final of the story was she was playing the music so loud in my car that she didn't hear the phone ring.
I have a thing
Anyway,
with that.
so I'm getting to my third quarter, my last quarter, and I'm like, do I call this girl again, hope she answers, or I'm screwed? So anyway, I decided not to. I called my sister, and this is at like probably 2:30, 3 in the morning at this point, like after she dropped me off. So she luckily answered, and I said, hey, can you come get me? I'm out on the road here at the general store. I'll explain when you get here. So she comes and gets me, and she's like, what happened? I'm like, I met this girl. She's so awesome, but she might have stolen my car, right? So anyway, that was it. So I went back with my sister. I stayed at her house that night. I waited, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll wait till the morning and see what happens. And then I ended up calling her, and she answered. And she's like, oh my God, I didn't realize, blah, blah, blah. And then it went from there. So that's the long-winded story of how we met. It was kind of crazy. And like, yeah, just the fact that we grew up around each other. We went to some of the same parties in high school. We went to different high schools, but we went to some of the same parties. We ended up finding out later in life, and we just never met, I guess, until it was the right time that we could actually get together. So that's the story. What was the second part? All these answers aren't going to be this long-winded.
And then, did we each have a love for Vegas previous to meeting?
I did, but I never went.
I knew he did when we first met.
I was obsessed with Vegas, I don't know, since I was little. Like, since I heard about it, it was always like this, like, almost like a fantasy dreamland. And basically because of sports and gambling too. But so I had never gone, but I had this, like, sort of, not obsession, but yeah, I guess
like a want to get there.
Yeah, want to get there, and sort of like an ideal fantasy that this is like going to be amazing, and it turned out it was.
Right, and I didn't have a love for Vegas before. My parents were the ones who went to Vegas all the time,
Right.
So it was basically us now as my parents. So yeah, they would go to Vegas all the time with their friends, and when we were originally first going, I didn't even want to go.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I had to convince you to go the first time.
Yeah, and I was like, why aren't we going to Mexico right now? Like, I just want to go to a beach. I don't want to go to Vegas. And I ended up loving it, so that worked out.
That was good.
Okay, so Leandra Hope said, whose idea was it to first visit Vegas, which we kind of just talked about.
Yeah, it was me.
Is there anything you've tried again that hasn't lived up to its first time Vegas experience?
I guess, yeah, I could say the high roller. We've done that a few times.
We've done the high roller a lot of times, actually.
Because we end up
pre-vlog.
taking people that have never been to Vegas,
Right,
right? So you end up doing that kind of stuff. And yeah, we've had a couple good ones.
The first time I ever went on there, I'm pretty sure it was with my dad and my sister.
Oh, okay. So I
Right?
wasn't there for that one.
And I had a blast. The bartender on there was, because we only do the happy half hour.
Yeah,
We don't
yeah.
go regular.
Yeah.
Anyways, and he was counting my drinks and he was just like, do you know how much you've had? Like I drank so much compared to everyone else, like in the cabin, which was fine. It was fun. Like it was a long time ago. And then the next time I went on with you and Jody and Darren,
That was fun.
the girl cut me off.
Oh, that time, yeah. We had another time with them though. It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I've had another.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the girl was like, "You need to slow down," and,
I think
and
you
I'm
only
like,
had
"Excuse
two.
me." Yes.
Yeah.
I know, and I
Yeah.
was just thinking to myself, like, this is a all you can drink half an hour. Like, how are you cutting me off after two? So that's kind of why the high roller didn't
Yeah.
live up to the first time, because the first time was so much
And then
fun.
I took friends in 2019, and the lineup took forever, and
It was
a
bad.
guy fainted in line because it was hot, and I guess he was nervous about the heights, and it was just So that was my last time, 2019.
I
I
was too
would go
hungover that
again if I had to, like to take a newbie, but yeah.
pretty
So
much
that
it.
hasn't lived up to the hype.
No. Plus, we've gone enough at this
Sure,
point. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so Aaron asked, like Aaron and Turner, the first time you went to Vegas, what were you looking forward to most? I wasn't looking forward to anything. I really did. I was pregnant the first time we went to Vegas.
That's true. Yeah.
With our daughter. So I was just kind of like going for whatever. That's maybe why I wanted to go to a beach. But yeah, so I was just going.
For me, it was like the hype that I had heard about 24 hours gambling, like nothing shuts down. Obviously, I've seen on TV and movies all the lights and everything, and it lived up to the hype. That was the crazy part. I was expecting a certain level of like excitement and atmosphere, and it blew it out of the water. And it still does, but like nothing will ever beat that for sure. I couldn't believe. I was just like, you got to be kidding me. Like this place exists. Like it's
Yeah.
true, it's real. So
Yeah. And
Yeah.
even being pregnant, I ended up having a great time.
I know I was worried. I was like, okay, so she can't have any drinks. I didn't have as many as I normally would either.
And I'm
because
not a
she's
huge
not
gambler.
drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, is this gonna go?
Yeah, but then when we got on the plane to come home, I was like,
Yeah,
no,
I wanna go back,
Like, I want to
yeah.
go back.
So that was good.
Yeah, that was good.
Good question.
Eric and Shauna, what would you go back and do different on your first trip?
I don't know.
I don't really know.
Yeah. Do different? No, I think everything was pretty. Oh, we did get roped into a timeshare one time. I don't know. Was that the first trip?
No,
It was like third trip.
it wasn't the first trip, but that was
Yeah.
awful.
The guy scammed me pretty bad too because we knew about the timeshare people.
Right, but this guy lied.
made it. He told me they were building a new casino
across the street, which
Yeah.
was the Cosmo, like
area.
city center
Yeah,
area.
and he's like, "Oh, we just want people to go in. We give you money to play with, and then you rate your experience, and you give us all this feedback on surveys." I was like, okay, and then of course then they offer you other stuff, and nothing, and then we go and get in the town car or limo, whatever, and he takes us way the hell out of the city.
Oh my God, it was so
And then
far.
we're trapped there, and they don't take no for an answer. It was
awful. The only reason they ended up letting us go is because you went over to that
Yeah,
other
I started
table.
telling everybody, like, I'm like, oh, this is a whole scam, like telling them to say no, and then they were like, okay, get
these
this guy
guys.
out of here.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was brutal. So that's the only thing I would change. That's the only
Yeah, that was
regret
awful.
I have. Yeah.
But yeah, everything else I think is fine. Was
Yeah.
fine. Yeah. Anne asked, when did your love for Vegas first start? Which would have been that first trip, and that was August 2009.
Yeah, like I said, I had a hopes for it before that, but
Mm-hmm.
that was yeah.
Tucker, he asked, what made Vegas your place to go?
I think we kind of touched on it. Like, yeah, we just fell in love with it, right?
Right.
That first trip, it exceeded the expectations, and then I feel like Vegas too always makes you want more. Like, no, you make these lists of things you want to do, or even if you have a trip where you're kind of like, we're gonna wing it. You still get on the plane and like, oh yeah, we didn't do this, or I wish we did this, or
So many times.
yeah. And for me too, and it's for Heather too, but two different things. Like, I always will hear about, okay, this sporting event's going on, or this is, and I'm like, oh, I wish I'd be in Vegas. And then she'll hear about concerts or like some kind of like bar crawl thing. You know what I mean? There's always something. And then it's just like, yeah, we want to be back.
Yeah.
So,
Ugh,
yeah, good question.
I'd
though,
like to be
Tucker.
there at
Nice.
all times.
Yeah.
Okay, so Steven, my son is turning 21 this September, and I'm taking him to Vegas for the first time. He's not a sports junkie like me.
Okay.
So where would you suggest a must for a 21-year-old newbie? My first answer, downtown.
Well, yeah, you need to go downtown. You have to show them downtown.
Which I'm sure you will.
Vegas newbies, you got to show them the fountains. Even if, you know, you might think it's corny, I still like it when I still see it. So I think first time visitors have to see it. So he's not a sports junkie.
Bars.
Yeah, bars, Link Promenade, that area, that'd be good. That's what I would do if he's not.
Just seeing
yeah,
all
if
the
he's not
views,
in- yeah.
views, really.
Yeah, if you're not into sports, then I would, bars and hotels, like see all the architecture and all the different free things.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Have a great time. though.
Yes,
That
have so
sounds
much
awesome.
fun.
Yeah.
Okay, Sandra, what is each of your absolute favorite cocktails and who does it the best in Vegas? And this was also sort of asked by Ray and Kelly and Good Times in Vegas. So mine, I think we all know, is a mojito.
Yeah.
So who makes it the best is hard to say because it does taste different everywhere. The best tasting one I think I've had was actually at Flavortown.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and which is surprising, but I also wonder, was that like a one-off? Like, was it that bartender? Like, I need to actually go back again.
Well, maybe if anybody's watching this, if you've had the mojito at it's Horseshoe, right?
Yeah.
Flavortown?
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, because it was really good. And then, of course, I love the one at Vegas Vicky's, but I like them pretty much everywhere. I don't think I've had a bad mojito anywhere, really. The strongest
Well,
mojito...
the Happy Camper.
Oh, okay, yes,
Yeah.
that's right. Happy Camper, that mojito was awful. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
When Chris and I just left them.
Yeah.
No bueno. What about you?
Well, I'm not particular about my drinks. I like almost everything except really gin and club soda. So, but the best drinks I've had in Vegas, it's kind of recency bias, but would be the old fashioned at Aft at the Wynn when we went there with Chris and Jolene. And I like the espresso martini at Resorts World, the Crystal Bar. So that's good. I'm drinking Caesars here. You don't get a lot of good ones in Vegas, but I will say two places. The D upstairs, Bar Canada, or anywhere on the floor up there. And surprisingly, and maybe some fellow Canadians can attest to this, they are delicious at the bingo at the plaza. That's why
He always says that.
That's why I'm
all
always
about it.
like, let's go to bingo. I don't even care because you just sit there and watch the screen anyway. I'm like, I just want my 2 free Caesars with my package.
I know, and he keeps saying
the
to
guy
me, "Let's
makes them
go."
so good, nice and spicy, and so it's good.
He's like, let's go to bingo. I'm like, no. I don't want to go to bingo.
So, but other than that, you can't really rate like Red Bull vodkas and
No.
Jack and Coke and all that.
We've
had
kind of
some
come
good
off the
ones.
Red Bull vodka a bit.
But yeah,
anyway.
for cocktails, those are the 2 I would say.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, Jolene. What?
Jolene.
Yeah, hangovers and handpans. What is your favorite day you've vlogged in Vegas so far, and why? This is hard
really?
because do you know how many good days we've had?
Yeah.
And also, too, I find that, like, when I'm editing, there has been days that have been so fun, but it doesn't come across like that on the vlog
okay.
necessarily. For
Right.
example, the onesie crawl, right? That vlog might have been fun to watch. It might not have been fun to watch.
That
I'm
was
not
a
really
blast.
sure.
Oh,
But that was
yes.
one of the best days I've ever had.
Yeah, that was good.
Right? Running around in your pajamas. I just can't get enough. Like, it was
Yeah.
so good.
So best day we vlogged. Yeah, onesie crawl would be up there. Yeah.
Bar crawls.
Yeah, bar crawl.
Especially actually
I
the
like
bar
doing the
crawl.
shots and slots challenges
Yes,
downtown.
yes.
Like they're fun. They're always like, we're having so much fun whether we're winning or losing. We get to see every casino. So it's good experience. I think they come across well. Like we get a lot of good feedback on those.
Right.
So I would say those. But
I also
yeah,
had a
I'd
lot
say-
of fun, doing the bar crawl with Chris and Jolene, the one where we did the cards on the strip. Remember where
Oh
we did
yeah!
all
Oh,
the-
when I did the poker hand
Yeah.
for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a blast. Too.
Yeah.
You know what?
And the
There's
trophy.
so many. Oh yeah, the trophy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're all good. We haven't had a bad one, whether it was before vlogging or now.
Yeah.
They're all good. But I would say, yeah, the onesie crawl was a pretty epic night. And yeah, for me, I guess shots and slots.
Yeah. Okay.
Good question, though.
Okay, this is from Allie. Allie Fish, if
Nice.
you were able to take a 1 week long trip per year, what time of year would you go and what activities would you prioritize?
So we get one trip a year. Yeah.
I'm going November.
Yeah, for me, it's, yeah, I love November or
the weather.
March, like March Madness. So it'd be a toss-up. If we're going
Okay,
together,
yeah.
it's November. Yeah, it'd be
I want to go
would
in
be
March too. I
second.
want to go
Yeah.
for St. Patrick's Day. One
Yeah,
time.
and that's when March Madness usually
Yeah,
is
see,
too.
like let's do that sometime.
Yeah, so either of those, weather-wise, sports-wise. I guess the thing is, you go November, it's less busy. March is busier. March Madness is
Yeah.
really busy. So, I guess, yeah, November. We'll say November. Good question,
and
though. I like
November
that
also
one.
has the themed like Christmas pop-ups
Yes,
and stuff,
okay,
which
yeah,
I'm like
you
super
that.
into.
So we'll say November.
Okay. Okay, so next is Katie. If you could plan a Vegas trip with a 10K budget, where would you stay, what kind of room, and how would you play the slots?
So I got 10K. It's got to be circa.
Same,
Yeah.
for sure.
What was it? So where would you stay? What kind of room? The room, I'm okay. The regular room at Circa, I don't need anything crazy.
But if we have a
there.
10K budget, I would just get their best room.
Yeah, but you got to, I don't know if it's 10K total. So like, that comes out of your gambling too.
Oh.
But either way, I'm saying Circa, I'll take a regular room there and then let's go hard. Let's play high limit,
Yeah.
high denomination slots, like go big or go home and see what happens. And then maybe even split off a little bit and siphon some off for some table games and go bigger hands on that too.
But the room has to face Stadium Swim.
Okay. Yeah. But that
Can't
would
just be
great.
the basic one. That
I
doesn't
like
face
that
the
question.
pool.
Well, that's good. Nice.
Okay, Chris Shaw, Hangovers and
All
Handbags.
right.
Okay, if there was only a choice of two casinos, a casino that only has Golden Century Dragon Link and only serves old fashions, or a casino with only Huff and More Puff but only serves mojitos, which are you going to?
Okay.
Mojitos.
So yeah, Chris is basically picked two of her favorite drinks and split them up.
Right.
So I guess I would have to go with the mojitos because I don't like them, but I bet you I could stomach it. Whereas Heather's not going to enjoy the old fashions.
No.
And then
It comes with Huff and More
Yeah,
Puff, which we don't even really love, but honestly, we would just go
yeah,
and
we
drink.
would just play. Yeah. I would rather, obviously, if you're giving me the choice, I'd rather play Golden Century.
Me too.
But
Well, that's my favorite.
yeah, if we're gonna, I want Heather to be happy. So let's go mojitos and Huff and Puff and hope for the mansion bonus.
Yeah. Okay, Nick and Aaron. If money was no object, what room would you book in Vegas?
That's a
I
good
don't
one.
really know
No.
what I would book here.
I would, you know where I book is the mansion at MGM.
Okay.
Those villas or whatever, I've heard of them.
Okay.
Some of the big high roller gamblers stay there, so that'd be fun.
I would love to stay in like one of those big ones from like the movies where you get like a butler in that.
Yeah, like at like Caesars, like
Yeah.
the villas. I think the mansion has that.
Oh, does it?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think Mirage used to have some sweet villas too, didn't they?
Maybe back when they first opened.
Oh,
yeah.
well, anyways, like I don't know rooms as
Yeah,
much.
I would say, yeah, I'm going to go at the mansion at MGM.
Okay. Okay, Amy. What would be your favorite day if you only had the choice of a hotel, a restaurant, a drink, and a slot?
Hotel, restaurant. Oh, that's a good question. I like that.
Okay, hotel. I'm going Circa again.
Yeah, this is boring. I would pick Circa
I know.
too.
I know. I
Okay,
guess we
but
are
anyway.
answering a lot of the same.
That's okay.
Okay.
So go ahead. You go first.
Well, you can go first because I don't know my restaurant.
Okay, so hotel, I'd pick Circa.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be straight down the line though. Restaurant, I'm going Barry's downtown Prime at Circa. Drink, espresso martini at Vegas Vicky's, and then what was the last one?
Slot. Yeah.
You know what I would pick? Moolah.
Really?
Yeah, I've been into it lately. Like even when we were losing in June, that was the one game that I got to play, kept my money going, and then I ended up winning a little bit. So
Okay.
I find that one the most interesting. Not the newest one. I don't like. I would play the newest one, but I would want the second oldest one. Yeah. So what would yours be?
I don't know. The restaurant one is so hard.
So
and I know it doesn't
hotel
have
would
to be
Circa,
in
yeah.
Circa. Yeah. And I know it can be anywhere because you basically picked berries inside Circa. But one perfect or my favorite day. I don't know.
Okay, well
Maybe
your
I'll just go
drink
8
would
East or
be-
something.
We know your drink.
Right, because 8 East I would get the Wagyu.
There you go, yeah.
Everybody knows I love the Wagyu and the expensive mojito. Okay, so Circa, 8 East, mojito, and Dragon Link. Golden
Link.
Century specifically.
Oh, nice.
That one's my
Good.
favorite.
Good.
Okay, Katie, what's Eddie's favorite Boys to Men song?
Oh, good question. Great question. That's a tough one. I do like them all, to be honest. I really do like them all. But it would be Water Runs Dry is my favorite. I also like Four Seasons of Loneliness, which doesn't get played a lot, and they don't play it a lot in concert, but they did play it last time we came with my sister and my niece. They did play it. I was like, oh my God, they're actually playing it. So it was good. That'd be my second, but definitely Water Runs Dry.
We've seen Boys to Men quite a few times. And actually, they were in Vegas this weekend too. So
I know.
we missed that.
Damn. We'll catch them for sure one more time.
That's his fault. Okay, Tucker asked me what is my favorite Dirty Heads song. Well, I also can't name just one because Dirty
Nice.
Heads is my favorite band.
Dirty Heads is very good. We actually went to the concert in Pittsburgh on the way to Myrtle Beach. We took our kids and
Oh, it
they
was so
loved it.
good.
And yeah, I will say like it's Heather's favorite band. She put me onto them, but they are really good. Like they're my second to Boys Men for sure.
Nice.
So, really
Aw,
good.
I love
Yeah.
that. But yeah, taking our kids to the concert was so good. And it was their first concert ever.
Yeah, they
They're
had a
teenagers, but it
blast.
was their first concert ever. And it like core
It was
memories.
outside, everybody's dancing, there's
Yeah.
lots of families. It was perfect.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Anyway, so my favorite song, like back, like older songs, I like Antelope and Taint. They just like put me in such a good party mood. And then like more newer songs, Bum Bum is one of my favorite songs, and they released that on my birthday during COVID. So I was like, yeah, birthday present to me. And also John Lennon right now I'm really loving. But I love every single Dirty Head song.
Those I wouldn't even know those. Mine would have been That's All I Need and Oxygen.
Yeah, Oxygen's a bit overplayed for me,
Yeah,
but
that's
John
good.
Lennon, You Heard of Niagara Falls this
Okay.
month,
Yeah,
and
that was
Bum
good.
Bum.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
they never play Antelope and Taint, which I'm just
I
like, come
never
on,
heard of
man.
those.
Like, I know they're old, but let's go. Okay, this one's from Carrie. Would you guys ever do a member meetup? And Katie, do you ever have any plans for a member get-together someday?
I would say yes to that. The fact
For sure.
that, the members have grown so much. We always say we can't thank you enough. We appreciate it. That just shows that you love what we're doing and you want to support us. It makes us feel so good. The only reason we haven't, and I don't know, like we'd have to work it out, is I just feel awkward saying to people like, hey, come see us or come hang out with us on this date, and people live all over the country, overseas, wherever.
Yeah.
I find that hard, like just personally to do. I struggle like when we throw a party at our house with our friends, like, oh,
Yes.
is everybody gonna come? Do you have the time? You know what I mean?
Are
like,
they gonna have fun?
yeah, like that's just the way I am. So, but I think, the member community has grown so much. I would love to I want to meet everybody in the members for sure anyway, because just to thank you. And clearly you love Vegas.
Right.
So yeah, I'd love to have a conversation about how you do Vegas and that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah.
so
It
I would,
is hard
so
to
I would
organize.
say
It's
the
hard.
answer is yes. It's just how do you pick the date and how do you make it work for as
And
many
how do
people
you
as
get
possible.
people to come to Vegas, all the way to Vegas, to hang out with you just for like an
For a
afternoon,
night
you know, or
whatever.
a night,
yeah,
right?
I know. That's
Because
the thing.
everybody's on their own vacations, you know,
Yeah.
everybody wants to do their own thing. And it's
Yeah.
like, how do you,
So
unless everybody's planning on going to Vegas, I don't know.
yeah. So we'll talk about it. We'll put messages in the members chat and get your feedback. That's how we'll do it. But the answer to the question, yes, we would love to do that.
Yes, for sure. Another one from Aaron and Turner.
Okay. Nice.
When is your next trip to Vegas? This was also asked by multiple other people.
Okay, that's good.
This was our biggest asked question.
All right. So the plan is American Thanksgiving end in November. I just have to clear some things with work, but that's the plan. We want to be back there for American Thanksgiving. It's like we already answered one of the questions. November's our favorite time to go.
Right.
And yeah, it'd be awesome to get back. We're dying to get back, but that's the plan.
And even if we do go then, like this is our biggest break from Vegas since vlogging.
Right, true.
Right, June to November is insane for us. We should be there right now.
Right, but no, so that is the plan. So for the, multiple people that asked, that's our goal.
Yeah, so vlogs will be hopefully coming soon after.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Aaron and Turner, do you have any pets? No.
No, we don't. No.
We just travel too much, and our son is severely allergic to animals.
Yeah, so never
it's
worked
just
out.
not a thing for us. Even though the kids want a dog so bad, it's just not happening. If they want to get dogs when they're older and Austin wants to suffer with the allergies, that's up to him.
Right.
But yeah. Okay, so Letitia, can you talk more about sports betting and what is a parlay? That's all you.
So, I'll just talk about a parlay. A parlay is anything more than one team. So as soon as you put two teams on a ticket or more, that's a parlay. And your odds increase as you add teams to your ticket. So you pick 3 teams, it's going to pay a certain amount. If it's all spreads and they're all minus 110, you're going to get about 5 or 6 to 1 on a 3-team parlay. And then if you add a 4th team, you're going to get 10 to 12 to 1. So that's all it is. So when you do those parlays, though, you have to get every game right. So professional gamblers, they bet 1 game at a time. They don't parlay. But they have bigger bankrolls and they're betting all the time and they're betting hundreds of games. People like me, betting on vacation or betting NFL in college when I'm at home, I'm making parlays. I used to do tons of like 10-teamers and I try to hit big tickets. But now, like the last few years, I've really kind of honed it in, and I try not to put more than 4 would be max. I like 2 or 3 team parlays. So I hope that answers your question.
What? Sorry, I'm awake now. Okay. Candace, again, if you could travel anywhere in the world, non-Vegas, where would you go? I know my answers already.
Okay,
so mine is Italy. I've always wanted to go to Italy. It's on my bucket list 100%. And Bora Bora, which we will never end up going to, but I would love to go there.
Huh. Anywhere in the world? I would go to Africa. I would love to do an African safari.
Yeah, you've said that before. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Good question.
I don't know. I'm not an outdoorsy kind of girl, You might have to just take the kids on that one. We'll see. Okay, Sandra, what is your favorite staycation in Ontario? We really don't have a lot of staycations in Ontario.
The only thing we do is we'll do like Airbnb cottages with the kids or with friends and family.
Right, on the lake, on a lake somewhere. And we've rented many Airbnbs.
Over the years?
Yeah. And at all different places, because I like to try different places. I don't always want to go back to the same place.
Yeah.
Even though we go to Vegas all the time.
So basically anywhere we can have a campfire and fish and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and like water things like kayaking and stuff like that. Okay, Amy, what has been your favorite vacation aside from Vegas? Myrtle Beach, 100%.
Oh, that's easy. Yeah, Myrtle Beach. We go pretty much every year with the family. There's 16 of us, like extended family, not just our 4.
Right.
So 16 of us went this year, and it was a blast. It's just so good. Like the family bonds together. It's awesome. Our kids, that's all they talk about.
It's the best time of the year.
Favorite time of the year, and I love it too. It's great. So.
It was very depressing coming home this
Yeah,
summer.
it was.
It's really been hard to adjust.
We had great weather and it was so much fun. It was a good time.
It's just really good to be with everybody.
Yeah.
And like just spend that extra quality time.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody watching knows like how busy life gets with your family and your friends, and you don't get to see them as much. And so the fact that we take 2 weeks and we would just spend, besides sleeping, we're together the whole time.
Right.
So it's a good
Even though
time.
we all have our own condos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're all at the pool together and we're doing activities and eating. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. It's so good.
Yeah.
I want to move. I already found the house I want. It just went for sale like a week ago. I'm ready.
Unaffordable.
Well, it's not easy for Canadians to move to the U.S., unfortunately. Okay, anyways, Sandra said, how many children do you have and their ages? And this was also asked by Lucretia. Okay. I don't know how to say her name. I'm so sorry. I don't want to butcher it. So our son is 16 and our daughter is almost 15.
So 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy.
That's all I have to say. Yeah.
Sandra, 5 things you each dislike, and it doesn't necessarily have to be about Vegas. This is going to be hard for me because there's a lot of things I dislike.
Heather, you want to take 20? Go ahead. Yeah.
Number 1, I dislike working. I do.
Okay.
I don't want to work
Well,
anymore. I also dislike bad drivers. Right.
Okay.
So like Vegas stuff. I guess I dislike timeshare people
Yeah, that's a
because
good one.
they really ruined that one day for us.
Vegas ones for me, I would say, I don't know. I feel like the last vlog you kind of portrayed me as a grumpy old man, which is true. It's price gouging.
Oh, right.
I'm starting to get a little annoyed with. I don't mind. Like on vacation, like I don't mind, and I'll treat people like I'm okay. I'm not like a penny pincher guy, but when I see things that are just over, like the drinks on the strip are a little annoying when they're $25. When that's ridiculous for a cocktail. So that gets me. I could do less with like the people on the strip. It's on Fremont too, but I noticed a lot on the strip always selling stuff and like the homeless. The homeless, that's sort of a separate issue, but I could do without all the selling and people
The
bombarding
monks
you all
and
the
stuff.
time.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Anything else I dislike? Oh yeah, I do like a family quiz every vacation, and this was one of the questions, was your pet peeve. So number one for me, airport etiquette. I can't stand. Why does everybody have to get in line when they haven't even started boarding or they haven't called your zone? Why are you so eager to stand in the lineup? And we've been on flights where we're waiting and the lady's like, if you're not in zone 2, just sit down. We're not gonna board until you're in there, and nobody moves. And I'm like, are you guys deaf? Sit the hell down. So that, and the people that try to get up and make their way through the aisle. It's very simple. Row by row.
Yeah.
Row by row.
That also drives
me. If you're in row
insane.
15, you go after 14. Very simple.
Right.
So that's the only.
I also don't.
Other than that, most things don't bother.
I also don't like when people clap.
Really? I don't mind that. I don't
Well,
care.
it's annoying. Like you're clapping because like I got you there safely or whatever. Like they're supposed to get you there safely.
I know.
no matter
I've heard
what.
that before. People are like, "Well, they did their job, so why are you clapping?"
Well, thank
But
you for keeping
for
me
me,
alive.
I'm
Like,
just
that's
like,
what
thank God I'm alive.
Yeah.
I'll give him a standing ovation.
That's something he doesn't like is turbulence.
Yeah, that's true. I hate
He
it.
is.
Oh my God.
I sleep through it, and he's just like. I thought of something else I didn't like when we were talking. Oh, bad drink service.
Oh, that's
At
a
the
good one.
casino,
Yeah, that's
because
a good one. I never thought of that.
There's been so many times where you can't get a drink, and I'm like, where
Yeah.
are they? Like
That's
we're
part of
spending so
your
much money.
Vegas
We're playing,
experience,
Because if you're not giving good drink service, then I don't like your casino anymore. And that's it.
All right, let's
Okay.
move on. Something more positive. Is the next one positive?
Okay, Amy, do the kids want to come with you to Vegas at some point? And this was also asked by Lisa L. if we are taking them when they turn 21.
That's easy.
And the answer is yes.
for sure.
And they know this already.
Yeah.
They've known this for years.
They watch the vlogs. Well, Austin watches them more than our daughter, but
Right.
yeah, for sure. We'll definitely take them when they're 21. I'm looking forward to that.
So am I.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be so much fun.
It'll be fun.
And I said to them before, I'm like, you guys are okay with it now. I said, but once you guys actually turn 21, you're going to want to go to Vegas with your friends. And I just have to tell you
I
that
know,
you're
that's
going
the
with
only
us.
thing. Yeah. We'll end up taking friends, girlfriends, boyfriends. So, yeah, and then I'm like, oh, can you guys pay? No.
Okay, Amanda, do you regret anything you have posted? And this is pretty much
for the vlog.
mostly me because I'm
Yeah,
the
you do
editor.
all the editing.
But is there anything that you can think of that maybe I posted that you wish I didn't?
So the only thing I would say is, well, there's not a lot, but like I don't like myself on camera anyway, to be honest, which is weird as we're filming. But yeah, there's a few vlogs where we're having a good time. Usually it's night one, and we're drinking a lot, and I'm loud. And I'm excited, and things are going, especially when things are going well, and I cringe, and I feel like I'm just too loud and obnoxious. But then
People love it.
I know that one video where I was like, oh my God, I can't believe, like, I don't even want you to post it. And then people were all saying how, enthusiastic and infectious it was. So yeah, each their own. But to me, yeah, sometimes I wish I toned it down.
Right.
That's my answer.
Okay, so since I'm the editor, and I think a lot of people don't know that, especially like people.
Yeah, anybody new here, guys, I have nothing to do with the video.
But a lot of
Heather.
times it was maybe somebody who hasn't watched before or whatever. So there is this one vlog I put out, and I'm not going to mention which one it is because I want it to be watched as little as possible. I almost wanted to just take it off of YouTube.
Oh, I know.
But
No.
so anyway, it wasn't that bad to
No,
us
it's not
because
bad.
if you know us, like I was just joking around with him. Like he spilled his drink on me, and I'm like, "Oh, you spilled your drink on me, you idiot!" Like
Yeah, you called me an idiot.
yeah, but I didn't mean
I know,
it like
it was
that.
nothing. I didn't think it was a big
like
deal.
we were just joking around.
Yeah.
And then so there was some other stuff I had said during that vlog because I was like, "Oh, he's such a, he's the tattoo is like the tattoo was in there too."
Oh, was it?
Or I was like,
Okay.
"Oh, was it hurt by the tattoo or something?" Whatever. Anyways, it was a joke, and so I regret that whole vlog pretty much because.
But I don't think you should. If I thought there was something out of bounds, I would have said it.
And I
didn't
wouldn't
even,
have put it
I didn't
in.
even know. Yeah, exactly.
Right, like I'm the one who edited
So
it.
a couple people got sensitive about that
Yeah,
and thought
and
she
they
was
commented.
mistreating me or something. I'm just like, get over it. Like,
I know. So
Yeah.
there was that. And then in one of our recent series, Eddie was talking about me after Momofuku.
Oh,
And he was saying how I was an expensive date.
I know. That was just a passing comment.
And
Because
I-
I had just paid the bill and I was like, oh yeah, yours was more than mine or something to whatever. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, expensive date. I thought it was just a passing comment because I was
Yeah.
going down the escalator, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I left it in because I
Yeah, who-
didn't think anything of
yeah,
it. Like
yeah.
it was funny. Anyways, so I got shit on for that in the comments because everybody thinks I just make him pay for my whole trip, and that's not the case.
Yeah,
like,
we
both
share
pay for,
money. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So.
So
I mean,
anyway,
yeah, it's
like-
funny the little things that people pick up on, and sometimes it's awesome, like things
Oh,
that
yeah.
we didn't even notice, and then someone picks up on it and
Yeah.
says something, and I'm just like, oh my god, you guys are amazing.
Yeah.
Or that I
And the
say something
memories.
that I barely say, like I think is funny, but I didn't think it was a thing, and then 50 people pick up on. I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were asking about negative, but it's very. We're talking what 0.2%?
No, I know.
Right? So
But yeah, I do regret those
Yeah,
things.
okay.
That's about it. Okay, Melissa, what do you guys do for a living? Then Candace, what do you do for a living? Somebody commented they think that you do IT and marketing. And I do real estate.
Oh my god.
And then LJ said, what do you do for a living? And then other people said beauty industry for me, real estate, IT marketing, and then IT
a
and
good-
graphic design.
For you?
One of us, I don't
I
remember.
hope it's you.
And this was also asked by Tiffany Snyder,
Holy-
Roller Girl, Ray and Kelly, Ian Kelly.
Okay,
a lot
that's
of
good.
people.
Hey, I don't mind that people are interested. So number one, I am not in IT. God,
He is
I
so far from it.
struggle, to turn on the computer.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, not in IT.
No.
I sell chocolate. I've worked for a chocolate company now for 3 years. Before that, I did bakery ingredient sales. So I've always basically been in food sales my whole life or in food production. But now I work for a large chocolate company. We import chocolate from Belgium, and I'm the national sales manager in Canada. So no IT.
And everybody always asks me where this free chocolate is, and I'm like, sorry, I don't have any. So I'm a regional assistant for a large telecommunications company in Canada. So I'm the assistant to the regional managers, kind of like Dwight, but better. And then I have a second job, and I work for my brother-in-law, and I am a content creator, but I'm also the advertising and menu and website
So that's
design.
where, when you guys are saying IT, marketing, whoever guessed, if you guessed for her, that's right.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that basically takes up all of my time. So if you're wondering why you don't get the vlogs daily, that's
Yeah,
why.
There's your answer. Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Okay, Letitia asked, how do y'all know so much about gambling, and how does Eddie figure out the winning so fast?
Knowing so much about gambling is just experience. I kind of grew up playing cards with my family, and definitely both sides, my mom and dad's, but like my grandparents, definitely always playing cards with both my grandmas all the time. So that's where that comes from, adding up the stuff, and that's math. I'm decent at math, so I can't do computers, but I can do math in my
Yeah.
head. And then it's just experience. I love it. I watch videos on it, Vegas, gambling, sports. Those are my passions. So yeah, that's where it
And you
comes
used
from.
to deal.
Oh yeah. I did work at a casino only for a year where we live. So I did deal blackjack. Then I did do a little bit of poker as well before I quit. But yeah, so if, when it comes to blackjack, yeah, I could play 20 hands with, one eye closed easily.
Okay, so Adam, what is your greatest gambling story? Biggest win, biggest loss, greatest comeback, most emotional session? So since I wrote down
That's a great question.
Mine,
let me think about you going. Yeah.
Okay, so mine would probably just be my hand pay on Moolah at Harrah's, because that was my first
that was
hand pay
awesome.
ever.
Yeah.
And it was awesome because it was the first time I ever played Moolah, like first time I had ever seen it. And I was playing and I was down to my last spin.
And it was the old machines, but they're not there now.
No.
Where the casino cashier cage is right in the middle of Harrah's, they used to have a bank of machines right on the right.
Yeah.
Now it's all like player's card
yeah.
kiosk and that. Yeah, so it was old school machines right there.
Yeah. So then I'm on my last spin and I hit it. And it was just like going on and on and on forever and ever. And I was just like, this game is awesome. I'm like, that's what started the whole love for Moolah, because I'm just like, it's running and I'm not even having to do anything, because you know how like the 1, 2, 3, whatever. And it just kept going and going and going. And there was a girl playing it right beside me and she was just like, damn it, right? But it was so good. And I think I won 14 something on there. But it was my first hand pay, first time playing.
$13.95.
Yeah, if I have a picture, I'll find it. But that was pre-vlogging, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was for sure my favorite time.
So, I got a memorable gambling story for Vegas. So, when we went for our wedding, that was our best trip ever. It was so much fun. So we had a family and friends there. So this was days after the wedding. Myself, Nick, who you've seen in the vlog, and my best friend Mike, the three of us, we sat down at a blackjack table in Harrah's. I don't know, maybe about 4 in the afternoon, 3 in the afternoon. We never moved.
I thought it was AM.
No, because we were out when we went to the buffet and all that.
Okay.
Anyway, it was mid-afternoon, and we never moved again till 5 in the. It was basically 12 hours.
Oh, that's
so. What happened was we'd have strangers play, because only 3 of us, right? So we'd have strangers come in, they'd win or lose, leave. Then some friends from the wedding would, hey, you guys are here, have a seat. My dad was walking by, hey, come. He played a few hands, played for us for an hour. He wins, leaves. More friends come by. Then it starts to die out. It's a weekday. We're at the table. So that's the 3 of us, and we get on a heater, and the chips are just piling up so much. So it's about 3:30 in the morning. We figure it's over, right? We're not seeing anybody, and we're just winning. There's no thought of stopping yet, because we're just winning and winning. And then in the distance, I see walking by, and I'm like, oh my God, is that Dawn? Heather's dad, who you guys know. I'm like, oh, that's Dawn. Biggest mistake of my life. I'm like, hey, Dawn. I should have just let him walk. He's wandering through the slots at 3:30 in the morning by himself. And he's like, oh, hey. Comes over, sees all the chips, starts standing behind us. And he'll tell you a different version, that we were so trashed and we didn't know what we were doing. We were drunk, but we knew what we were doing. Anyway, and we were doubling. We were going hard. We were doubling things maybe on the border of maybe you shouldn't, but we did. Anyway, so our chips dwindled a bit, but we still had a huge stack. Then we started betting. We were betting really big because we're on a roll. Anyway, Mike gets like 4s or something. I forget what it was, against a bus card. He splits them 4 times, has 2 or 3 double downs in there. I've got a split and 2 double downs. There's so much money on the table, like it's insane. And so Mike goes running. It's where I think it's non-smoking slots are now. It used to be slots or poker room back then.
Yeah, the poker
Anyway,
room,
he can't even watch. He goes running into there. He can't watch the hand. Dawn's standing behind us, and boom, 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 21. Rips all our money, and then we were on tilt. Everything we had left, we just went, and we ended up losing it all. And the 3 of us still talk about that to this day. Dawn will tell you a different version, but that's the truth.
Yeah.
We had multiple people from the wedding, probably 20 to 25 different people come and play with us throughout the day, plus some strangers. We did fun. As soon as Dawn came and stood behind us, that was the jinx. He screwed us, and that's the gambling story I'm sticking to.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Dad's gonna love this.
We all talk about it to this day. It was the funniest thing. We didn't care. We ended up, you know what I mean? It cost us like $50 each, but the amount of money we had was pretty good. So.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I also have an honorable mention. on this one is the double top dollar run with your mom.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
I've never seen that many bonuses.
Yeah,
on
and
one machine.
I know that
awesome.
other people had bonuses while we played that time, but I only showed like her going. But the funniest part is the way she reacted to the
Yeah, it was
slots,
crazy,
right? Like
yeah.
bar.
Well, no, back then it was just
right?
like every third spin.
Yeah.
Oh, got it again.
Yeah.
Got it again.
It was so
Yeah,
funny. And the
and-
way that I edited that clip,
It was so good.
right?
yeah.
And I just like water, hydrate, right? And she's
Yeah.
just going and going. And then
You hit the wrong button, we cut your hand. We would never got the 50 plus unit.
Yeah.
That was the fact that she never played before,
Right,
and
yeah.
the fact like it's just almost like is this what it's supposed to happen? No, you're lucky if you get one, two maybe.
Yeah.
right.
And I
Not
don't
one every third spin.
and she didn't really want to gamble, did she? Originally when
no,
she came.
not really. no.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so that ended up being so fun. And then
That
it was
was a
funny
great
too,
night,
that
yeah.
same trip when we played shots and slots, and all you can hear is her in the background being like, bar.
Yeah, she was into
It's
it.
just
That was
so
fun.
funny.
So that
Oh
was
my
good.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so that was good. Okay, so Jacqueline, why do you feel it's so hard to get comps at Circa? You seem to play there a lot.
Good question. So I think it's because they only have so many hotel rooms.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the best property downtown, I think, for sure. Like as far as you would call luxury. So they have a lot of big sports bettors that go there, a lot of big gamblers in general. So they're good with the food and beverage and the free play. They offer it
Yes.
every month, whether
All
you're
the time.
staying there or not, and it goes up as your play goes up. But it's hard to get free rooms.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah.
And even,
We're not at that level. And the other thing I'll just say, sorry to cut
Yeah,
you off, is just we don't I think you see it on the vlogs, but if it doesn't come across like this, we're not like that story I just told you about the blackjack. That was 2011 when
yeah.
we got married, right? That was an all-night thing with my friends. Like we don't gamble on slots for 12 hours straight. Like
Right.
we're not that. We're like kind of all right. Let's have a good time. Play. If we win, and then we move on, right? So I don't think we're putting in the hours like some other vloggers you see where their whole videos are slots.
Right.
We're not putting in those hours to get the comps that we would. But I don't even know if we'd get them at Circus. So
right, and their tier system.
oh, okay. Yeah, so that's the one complaint. I love the property. I've said a lot about it, but their app and tier system compared to like Caesars and MGM is just horrible. So one thing for the tier credits, you need to take your receipts at the end of your trip,
If you remember.
right? Go to the desk and be like, okay, I want to get tier credits for, eating there, drinking, whatever, even your hotel stay. So, and then you're trusting that person files it properly and does it. And like, I feel like the one time I know the girl did it because I saw what happened with the status. And then the last one at the D, I don't know if she did it right. So
Oh.
it's hard. I wish, and the app is always glitchy. So it's not, that's the one complaint I do have about Circa. I wish it was more like Caesars and MGM. It's so easy to navigate and use. So they'll get there. But yeah, that would help with comps. But yeah, I still love it. To be honest, tough time getting free rooms.
Even when you sign up for the Circa Survivor or the Circa Millions, you spend $1,000 in entry and you get free rooms at the D. They don't even give you free rooms at Circa.
The only thing is because they're not making any money off of it. There's no rake. That's why.
Whatever.
But
I'm just
yeah.
saying, like you go in there and spend all that money and you still can't
Yeah,
even get
I
a room
know,
at
you would
Circa.
think, you
They're
would
like,
think.
oh no, you can stay at the D.
Yeah, the only way you get it is if you buy 10 and 5, so you have to spend 15 grand.
You 15 grand for a free room? Please. Okay. Anyway, but we love Circa, we know. Okay, so that was all of our member questions.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so we have now we're into the viewer questions.
Okay, we'll try and speed it up.
yeah.
Yeah, because we don't want you guys here forever.
But also, we did add in some of the people who had asked the same questions into those, right?
Good.
Okay. So I did kind of put them through in like categories to kind of help it too as well. Okay, so Andrea Whitlam said, do you have a daily budget for gambling, food, etc., or do you just spend what you need to? And this was also asked by Double D, Charlene Maloney, and Emily Price.
Okay, so that's a good question. No, we don't. What we do is we save money for the trip and then basically divide it up for the day.
Right.
So it's not a daily budget. It's just kind of like, okay, let's say as an example, we go for 5 days, we save $5,000, we got 1,000 a day. But we don't, it's not like we budget that 1,000. So I'm just using 1,000 as a round number. So let's say we did do 1,000 and then we go down, we're eating, we're drinking, we're gambling, and we're not doing good. We're not set, oh, okay, we're done the 1,000, let's go to bed.
Right.
It's at that point, it's like, okay, do we get out more or not? Do we feel like we're just wasting, whatever. So it's not a daily budget, but we just take the total amount, divide it up for the day so we kind of have an idea. But I know there's a lot of channels with the envelopes and that kind of thing. That's cool, but that's not what we do.
Right. Okay, so this is from Carrie Hall Moody. What goals or plans do you have for the channel?
I don't know, not really. Like we vlog because we love Vegas. So I don't think there's any real plans to change the channel or anything. Like we're just really filming our vacations.
Yeah.
I think the only thing would be a negative if vlogging got in the way, then we would end up stopping doing it because like that's the whole point is Vegas.
Right. But right now we're having a lot of fun with it. So like, it's not interfering with our trip whatsoever.
No, and
we
the
don't
fact
plan
that it's grown so much and the feedback we're getting, it's a lot of fun. So
I know we could change like the way we do things and like grow even faster, but we're not into that.
No. So yeah, I don't think there's going to be any plan. There's going to be like different little fun things we do on the videos, but as far as like the overall bigger picture for the channel, no.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have members too. We've got an idea for the next trip.
Yes, we do. Fun. It's already. I already have it ready. It's already
so that'll be
created.
Coming to you. Yeah.
Okay, so Kev and Deb's travel vlogs. How long does it take to edit, and what editing program do you use? So editing program I use is Filmora. I did start off with DaVinci Resolve, and that one's a more advanced editor, which I loved. I loved the way I edited in that. The only thing I didn't like about that one is that the graphics and all the things that come along with it weren't as fun like as Filmora. So I like being able to add like the fun elements and everything. And even though I can import things from Canva, which I do a lot, it just wasn't there. It was just very like professional. Unless I could have added to and I didn't realize, but anyway, so I use Filmora now. And it could take me like a full day to a week to edit the vlog only because like of the second job that I have, like it's basically another full-time job. And then, we have kids and our personal life, it's not like we're just never doing anything, right? So it really just depends. And that's why I always aim to get them out on Thursdays because I need the extra time with everything else that's going on like in our life, as much as I'd love to put it out quicker. But the members do get them early. As early as I can get it done, they do get them out early. So it takes me about that long. And I like to put a lot of effort into the editing too. Like as you've seen, like I do a lot of like fun things when we do the shots and slots or like bar crawls or something. When I do like the things in between.
It's awesome.
Sections.
Yeah, there's little things I think some people have commented, so you guys pick up on it. But I've seen some of the rough. She'll show me. She's like, okay, here's what I have, and then I'm like, okay, I'll give my feedback or whatever.
He's like, really?
And then a couple days later, the vlog comes out and I watch it. I'm just like, oh wow.
Yeah, like
it's crazy. So, and I think a lot of people understand that. Some people don't. They just think it's whatever. But she does a lot. It's really good. She's top.
Aww.
It's true. we don't watch as many vlogs as we used to, but when I did, I can tell you like. The effort that there's not as much as Heather's putting into it.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. Yeah. I'm also very picky, so like it has to be perfect, If it's not perfect. And then one time I screwed up on the sound and the sound started before it was supposed to and I was devastated. Anyways. Okay, so this is from Aunt Bunny something from Instagram. Sorry, I don't have the whole username here. Oh, how did Heather learn to edit? She is a master. Thank you so much.
There you go.
I'm actually self-taught 100% with everything that I do. So I didn't have any classes for any of the content creating, website design, none of it. I just taught myself everything. So I've just been working on computers ever since I was in, I guess, high school. And, you know, that's how I learn, is just doing it myself. And when I really want to learn something, I really figure it out. Okay, so this name I'm going to butcher again. It was Lucretia Hudgens. How are you so comfortable in front of the camera? Eddie hates it.
Yeah, I would say I'm not. Yeah, if I could film when I'm doing like Eddie Cam or walking, I don't mind that at all. Like when I'm not on camera, I'm behind it just talking. Or if I could just be in the background of the vlog where I just give some commentary every now and then, that'd be my dream. I hate being on camera. I don't like the way like it's just, I don't know. I don't like it. But you get used to it. It's obviously part of it.
Yeah.
We can't film the whole thing from behind.
No,
the camera,
and really,
so.
like, I'm not doing it without you in it. Right.
Yeah.
So
So we get used to it. But yeah, if I had my choice, I would rather just be talking behind it.
yeah, and I really just went for it. Like the very first vlog we had done in November of 2021, I really just ripped the camera out and just went for it and never looked back.
Yeah, I guess, true.
Right? He was like, really, we're doing this? I'm like, yep, here we go. Okay, Christy 070707 on Instagram. How do you deal with people watching while you film?
That's not bad. That you get used to. The only thing I would say to that is when I'm playing slots, if it gets too crowded, then sometimes I'll move. Like if I feel uncomfortable with the amount of people around me while I'm filming, then I'll move, or I'll just film the bonus and Heather put it in after, something like that. But other than that, there's so many people now. It's not even vlogs in that. People are filming just themselves for like their own usage or to show their family when they get home. So everybody's got their camera out.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's that big of a deal.
It's
anymore.
definitely more.
When we first started
thing.
though, yeah, it was a little nerve-wracking and you feel like people are watching, but really it's not. And as your channel grows, and then people get used to it. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, or we'll just move to, if it's just the two of us talking and say something's around us or whatever, we'll just move to another spot.
Yeah.
You know? Okay, Chad S. said, what do you guys find is the fastest way to earn casino rewards and comps? Is it slots?
I'd say yes.
Yes,
yeah.
for sure.
Being Canadian, you know, we don't get the credit card, so we can't do it that
wish.
way. So yeah, as far as gambling wise, the most notice you're gonna get is from a casino is from slots.
Yeah. I wish we could get those credit cards because, my God, like we would be the
it would be
highest
good.
level by now.
Yeah, it'd be good if you could use them. Yeah.
Phil Richards said, what downtown property do you think has the most generous comps for slot players?
El Cortez probably is
Yeah.
the easiest, like to gain when you first start.
Yes, 100%.
Like my brother only came the one trip, he barely played, and he got offered full
Weekends.
Yeah, weekends comped, no resort fees,
Yeah.
and free play and food and beverage. So I think, you know, when you start at a casino, you want that initial first offer. He's asking downtown. I would say El Cortez.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we have some Cosmo questions.
okay.
It's the same guy, Phil. Now that Cosmo is MGM, will it still be your go-to property on the Strip, or do you think you will transition your play to another property? And then John Durant said, what Vegas resort treats you the best? He asked that as well and then asked.
Okay, so yes, probably Cosmo, because things haven't changed out. They transferred you to MGM. So
Yeah.
I think that'll just open the door a little more for us to try some MGM properties maybe.
Right, yeah.
I think that'll probably steer us away from Caesars, which is kind of weird. We're sitting in a Caesars room here, which, you know, sometimes you can earn the comps here and then take them to Vegas. So yeah, long answer, yes, Cosmo. And then what
Vegas properties treat you the best?
Well, Cosmo definitely treated you the best for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, like you got free play, you got food and beverage, you got good comp rooms.
No resort
And then
fees.
even when we were upgraded, it was good pricing.
Oh
yeah.
my God. It was either really good or free. It was mostly it was free.
So I would say Cosmo, downtown, El Cortez treated us well for a long time, and then all of a sudden, I think
screwed
there's
up.
a glitch in the system or something. Now I'm barely getting weekday comps. I
it's
used to have,
so dumb.
I used to have everything, weekends, food and beverage, and my play didn't really deteriorate until I started getting those offer changes. Now I'm like, I don't know if I want to make that effort there.
Right. No.
And like I said, Circa's good for food and beverage, and Free Play not good for rooms.
Right. But the El Cortez thing, they knew they messed up because he called.
Yeah, and then they fixed it the one time, but then the next offer same. So then I was just
so
like,
they
I'm not
didn't
going to
fix
keep
it
calling
permanently.
every
Yeah.
time.
So it was I don't know. It was disappointing for sure though, because that was one of our go-to
Yeah,
places.
we still love playing there.
Yeah, and they have great drink service.
Yeah.
But anyway. Okay, Donnie Kelly. How much did your offers change, if any, from the Cosmo to MGM transition?
No.
They're about the same.
Yeah, it's
The only thing I would say is I now have resort fees.
Oh, okay, yeah.
'Cause I'm not
so you
gold.
you're almost gold though. But
I know, but
I don't think it depends where we stay in November.
I never had resort fees at Cosmo at all.
So that's
Never.
the only difference. Yeah.
Okay, Bad Stew. Is there anything that would ever stop you from going to Vegas, like excessive costs, less comps, bigger fees, etc.?
I would say yes. I would say if the fees, or if not fees, if costs got to the point where it didn't make sense anymore, I think we would. It's not at that point yet, and you can still find deals, and Vegas still excites us, and we're doing this video because that's all we're thinking about. So it's not even close yet, but if it kept going, but it won't. There's going to be, when the economy crashes a little bit, Vegas will get hurt, and then they'll come back to earth.
Yeah.
I hope. But
Yeah.
not the economy crashes, that the prices come
Right.
back to earth.
Dean Kemp, do you think the strip is getting too expensive, especially compared to 10 years ago?
Well, I kind of already,
Yeah,
the answer
yes.
is yes, for
Yes.
sure. Yeah, that's why we've migrated more to downtown, and
One
it's
of the
more
reasons.
affordable.
One of the reasons, yeah. Mark Dersh, how much is a plane visit to Las Vegas?
It depends on where we book. We were flying Swoop, they closed. We used to fly Spirit out of Detroit. We've done Air Canada, WestJet. It's between, well, at one point we could get like 150.
Yeah,
Remember?
return, yeah.
Yeah, which was crazy. But I would say it's anywhere between 200 and max 400. We would never pay more than 500. Right? Does that make sense?
No, we wouldn't.
No, but that's what our target
But
is.
if we were
yeah.
desperate. Ryan Bray, how do you find reasonably priced flights?
That's just looking, trying to catch the sales. If you're constantly checking everything, you'll eventually find some sale that'll work for you.
Yeah.
Or flying at certain times or certain days. Yeah.
I feel like Tuesday, Wednesday is pretty cheap.
Yeah, it is, but it's also about can you make it work within your
Right,
trip?
exactly, yeah. Little Peanut 67 said, now that Swoop is done.
That's funny. See, like people know. I just said Swoop.
Yeah.
You guys know our channel. Yeah.
Now that they're done, who do you fly with? And this was also asked what website we use from Sammy F.
So lately we flew Air Canada. That's because we had airplane points.
Right, WestJet.
WestJet. And the other option is we
Spirit.
drive to Detroit and go Spirit.
Which is only half an hour from here.
from where we are right now. Yeah. Let's go. No. And websites, just the direct sites.
Yeah, always book direct.
Right? Yeah,
Always.
yeah.
I never book vacations, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just the direct. Allison from Instagram probably. Doing a 40th birthday casino and bar crawl on Fremont in September.
Nice.
Give us a task/challenge for the list. Hopefully this comes out before you go.
Oh, they want something to add to their list of things to do.
Yeah.
Okay. How about, you know what? Go get a shot at Main Street Station.
Yes.
From the Boarhead Bar there, right there.
Crystal.
What's the shot?
It's coconut rum chata, and pineapple.
Yeah, we love that.
That might
Yeah.
already be on your list because I find a lot of people go to do that.
But
because
do
of the
that.
books.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And bonus points if Crystal's working. Jordan K. I don't want to say your last name because I'll ruin it. Visiting Vegas for our honeymoon in October for 6 days. If you could recommend one honeymoon activity for us to do, what would it be? I can think of one.
Many times. No, I don't know.
I would say, like, if we're trying to think of something like romantical, maybe.
Yeah. I would say just what we said to the last, like, go to Legacy Club if you want like either an after dinner drink or even like a not pre-dinner if you're having a late dinner. More of like a romantic set the tone
Right,
type
right.
cocktail. Right.
Another place with like a kind of like vibe like that, I feel like, is the Downtown Cocktail Room. Even
Oh
though
yeah,
it's,
that was fun.
it's
yeah.
not fancy or
She says we
anything.
didn't make out there, but
we didn't.
sure. Anyway, yeah. So honeymoon, yeah, I would do that. Or yeah, if you're on the Strip, then something like what's the one at Mandalay Bay, where you look out, Foundation Room,
Oh
or
yeah.
where we went with Chris and Jolene.
I know. What's the name of it?
I think it's Foundation.
Skyfall Lounge.
Skyfall
Oh my
Lounge,
gosh,
yeah.
duh. The
Yeah.
reason I never recommend that one, I guess, is because we didn't have the best
it
time.
wasn't best service, but
Right. That was a one-off, I'm sure.
yeah, I would say anything like rooftop bar. Even if you did like Brewdog or Old Red. I know those aren't as. That's why I'm saying Legacy Club, because Legacy Club has like the old school, like cocktails vibe. Like I feel like it's more of a romantic place if you're on a honeymoon. That's
Yeah.
my opinion.
Or just, go to the pool and rent a daybed.
Yeah,
That's fun too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, so Jay Harris, what made you fall for Fremont? Okay, so and you know what? There was another lady here who asked about downtown. I should just answer it
Well,
now.
when we get it to it.
I know,
we'll
but it's the
pass
same
it.
question kind of
Okay.
thing. Anyway, whatever, okay. First, we all know that I used to hate downtown with a passion.
Now, I don't know if everybody knows that, but yeah.
If you watched the
From
older
the-
vlogs.
Yeah.
So anyways, what brought us there in the first place was Circa.
Yeah. I kind of followed it from the beginning because of the VEASAN network. So I was watching the guys from South Point, and they were going to end up moving into the VEASAN studio from Circa, so they were always talking about it.
Right.
And I'm just like, oh, this property sounds amazing. Like, who's this Derek Stevens guy? All this sports stuff, right? So that's how I got hooked. And that kind of, started at downtown. Then it became like, okay, let's check out El Cortez. Wow. The old school vibe. This is what we like. We like
Yes.
old school Vegas.
And we played blackjack there, and I had the best
it was
time.
so much fun. And when you get a good table and good dealers, it's like
And good people
That's
to
what I'm
play
saying.
with,
Good
yeah.
table.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
as
yeah.
people you're sitting with. And then it turned into, okay, we both actually like playing cards. Heather likes playing together, and it's expensive on the Strip. So, and I
Oh
like
my
to
God,
play
yes.
Ultimate Texas Hold'em or Baccarat or 3-card poker, things like that. I don't want to play $25 a hand. So if I can get
No.
it for 5 and 10 downtown, like, it's just more fun. So
Right.
that's Circa started it, and then we turned it into kind of our own thing, like how we want to do Vegas, and it went from there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So much fun.
good question.
Andrea Lusty, what are your must things to do downtown?
Okay.
Happy hours?
Yeah, for sure. Happy hours. Yeah. Mickey Finn's, and we did the downtown cocktail room we were talking
Yes,
about.
that was fun.
There's a bunch. You look them up. Lots of happy hours.
Oh, especially that Hammered Harry's, but I think that one's only Monday to Friday.
Yeah, I didn't go to that one, but you guys said it was good.
It's so cheap.
What else? Oh, like we do like bars. We're not hiding it. Vegas Vicky's
Yes.
is awesome. We love sitting there having drinks.
I feel like that's definitely like a must do every time we're there.
Yeah,
Even-
it's funny too because I think I said it in one of the latest vlogs. It's the only one without a TV. Whereas Circa, you can't go anywhere without seeing the sports. It's the one place where
That's
you
so
can't.
true.
But you can see the big sports book if you really look, if you need to. So it works for me. But I think that's what it is about Vegas Vicky's for us. It's kind of like that one spot where I disconnect from what's going on as well. And then you got the Vegas Vicky neon statue there. It's just, the seats are comfortable. There's always lots of space. Bartenders are great. So yeah,
Yeah.
I forget what the question was.
It was, oh my God, what's your must do things
Oh,
downtown?
yeah, Vegas. Yeah. And I would say, gamble downtown because it's cheaper, and explore.
And go for a nice dinner.
Yeah, there's
Because
lots of good places.
so
People
good.
don't realize there's
Yeah.
lots of good places. And do the free things too. Go see the Binion's $1 million, and up in Legacy Club, he has all the gold bars
Yes.
and what they're valued at today, which is crazy from the day he opened.
I know.
How much money he's made off that? It's nuts.
I know.
Anyway.
M Gallardo 24 on Instagram. Sorry if I ruined that.
Okay.
Do you book directly with hotels when staying on Fremont?
Yeah,
yes, always.
100%, yeah.
Always. We book direct.
No matter what,
Yeah.
not just Fremont.
Everywhere.
Anywhere.
Yeah, you want those points, baby.
Yep.
Sal Lloyd, that we met at the D with the flight.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, so best hotel stay downtown, circa.
Yeah, I would say Circa. And we've stayed at the D Suite quite
Yes.
a bit. You like that one
The
too,
D Suite.
right? Yeah.
I love the D Suite, but I don't want to stay in
You
a.
don't like the regular
I don't wanna
rooms.
stay in a
I like the
regular
D Casino in general. I love it.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit like, I need
Not
that.
the room,
I need the
but-
upgrade to the suite.
Yeah, but the casino part, I think it's
The
awesome.
casino's fun too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a blast.
Okay, so Lori Baxter, why do you like El Cortez so much? Seems very sketchy whenever we go there. And then Scotty Deem said, I'll be staying at El Cortez. What are your thoughts about the place?
Okay, so we'll answer both. So
Yeah.
I agree. What's her name? Lori?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. It can be sketchy. I'll agree with that. You're stepping off Fremont outside of the canopy. Fremont East has changed a lot in the last 5 years.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
It's awesome. Like all the bars and restaurants, I don't think it's that sketchy, but I get it. El Cortez, you can get some random characters in there, but how do I say this? It's the sketchiness is sort of part of it. Like it's the old school Vegas vibe they're going for, which is a little bit cheaper, which attracts some of the sketchy people, I guess. I don't know. I get what you're saying. I would say give it another chance. Like Heather said, the drink service there is awesome. So that's one reason I like it. The tables there are great odds. They always have, they don't screw you with the gambling odds, and the limits are low. The dealers are fun. The atmosphere in the casino feels like you're back in like 1960s, 70s. That's what I like.
Right.
And the slot selection is phenomenal for that casino, and now they're expanding. So
Right.
I would say give it another chance. The other guy, what are your thoughts? I just basically said, yeah. So yeah, that's my thoughts on El Cortez. I think it's great, and it's worth a go. I'm not saying to stay there, but definitely gamble there.
Yeah, it's super fun.
And the bars are good too, right? Like you can go to the lobby bar, the small one when you check in. Ike's is there.
Oh, and the hot dogs.
Oh, the hot dogs are good
Yum,
too.
yum.
Great value. Yeah.
Hot dogs, so good.
Nice.
This is Sal again. Any tips to get comped rooms at El Cortez?
Wow, everybody's about
We
El
never get
Cortez.
offers. Well, I told you I put them in groups.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wow, this is a coincidence. No. Yeah, I would say just what I mentioned before about my brother. Just play a little bit, and you should get a mail offer.
Yeah, use your player's card, and also make sure your address is right.
Yeah, that's a
because
good
even
point.
my cousin wasn't getting anything from El Cortez
Yeah,
at
that's
all.
right, yeah.
Right, and it's because they send it in the mail.
Yeah, so you gotta make sure you have the right address.
And also, they do send it in the email too, but it usually goes to my junk mail.
The actual physical mail is the better
Right.
offers you get.
And if they do have your address and it's not coming to you, maybe because if you may live outside of Canada and the US, just ask them about it.
And everything's done on the quarter,
Yes.
3-month span. So if say you went a certain month, give it 3 months. And then if you're not getting anything, give them a call.
Right.
Just make sure they rated you properly.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, we had to move. It was
We've
getting
moved
really sunny.
Yeah, we've moved locations in the room.
Yeah, it was getting hot over there. Okay.
All right.
All right. This is from Whole Caliph.
Okay.
What is the worst drink you have ever had in Vegas, and did Chris and Jolene buy it?
No. The drinks they've bought have always been good, so
Yeah.
that's good. My worst. You know what? I haven't had many. Oh, you know what? What was it? At Peppermill.
So he's got an old fashioned. He doesn't really like it.
Yeah. We were with Chris and Jolene. They didn't buy them, but the old fashioned I had there. Because I had just had the one from Aft, which was amazing. And then I had that. I was like, oh, God. You can tell the difference in the liquor. And normally I can tell the difference, but I've been still like, it's all right. But that one, I was like, oh, this is like poison. So that'd be my worst drink, yeah.
Mine was the shot that I had at Sand Dollar, the Sippin' Santa with Amanda.
Oh, yeah, so the man and Todd. Yeah.
Cheers.
Merry Christmas in November.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
But I thought you wanted to stay. Oh, you don't want to have it? Okay, I thought
That was so
Yeah.
gross.
You both were like, "Ugh."
Oh my God, that was so bad.
Yeah. That didn't look good.
Sarah Swenson 414.
Okay.
Best overall place to grab a drink in Vegas. This one's hard.
There's so many good places.
Yeah.
Well, recency bias, I would say Vegas Vicky's.
Mm-hmm.
It's just top of mind as we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Where else? Oh, you know what was really good? I don't think it's the same anymore though. Is right outside the Link. I forget the name of the bar. Retro or something bar.
Rematch.
Rematch.
Yeah.
But it's not the same anymore. When they first put it in, they had a nice little patio and the bar was only on the inside, but the seats were on the outside on the strip. And we went there the first night, this is before vlogging, and we were just sitting out on the strip at like 4 in the morning,
Oh,
3
it
in the
was
morning.
so good.
And it was hot out because it was summer, but
Yeah.
it had cooled down. And we're just like, this is paradise. Like,
Yeah,
this
it was
is
our
awesome.
anniversary trip too.
Yeah,
that was a
awesome.
fun one.
But they've changed that bar, so I can't say.
Link doesn't know how to keep anything the same.
I know. When you have something good, ride it.
Yeah. Paul Deere, have either of you won a drinking contest?
I would
that I
say
can remember.
no. In college, I would get involved in some boat racing with beers with guys, and I could chug them pretty good. I can't do that now, but not winning. Good question.
Neon Wanderers, where is the best speakeasy you've been to in Las Vegas? Downtown Cocktail Room.
That was good. I also liked Ghost Donkey.
Mm-hmm.
I know we only went in there for a quick drink. I think were we going to dinner or a show or something? It's
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
doesn't
we went
matter.
to Mother Wolf that night.
Yeah, so it was a quick drink, but I liked the vibe, and the drink I had was really good. So I would go back to Ghost Donkey.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Downtown Cocktail Room, yeah, for sure.
I'm not a tequila fan. So,
Right,
you know.
so different.
Okay, Amexibrit Adventures. I probably butchered that too. What is the tip to be able to drink as much as you guys?
I don't know.
I
There's
would
no
say
secret.
The
like-
only thing, it's the Vegas adrenaline.
yeah, because okay,
We
we're
don't
drinking.
drink.
We're drinking here
Like
because
that.
we're away.
And we're
and
doing this.
Yeah, we're doing this. We're going down to the casino with our friends. But yeah, at home, like I don't come home and unwind with 5 beers after.
No.
I don't drink after work, anything like
No.
that. We drink in social situations, and that's
Right.
it. Yeah, that's I think you were making that as a funny question. I don't think there's a real answer. It's just, yeah, Vegas, we love to have a good time. That is our place to let loose, have fun, quality time with each
Mm-hmm. No
other,
worries.
and we just go to town.
Okay, Scott Riley, do you guys ever do a club/dance at the end of the night, or do you recommend anywhere for a bit of a dance that's not a typical Vegas club?
Yeah, we're too old.
Yeah,
Like,
we've never gone to a
I
club.
know, and because even when we first started going, like she was pregnant the first time, but then after that, we never went to the clubs because all we heard was how expensive it was.
Mm-hmm.
They had to get bottle service, and it's thousands of dollars, and we're like, we couldn't afford that. So
We go to the Cabana instead.
yeah, so Cabanas is our thing.
We used to go to Carnival Court.
Yeah, I would say that's the most like dancing club we've done that you could probably do.
And really, I feel like it's mostly bands. I don't really know because we haven't
Yeah,
been
we
there
haven't
in so
been there in a
long.
while. What else? The one I would say is Eye Candy at Mandalay Bay.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
fun.
that-
You can dance there.
Yeah.
Good vibe there. Or if
And
you
it's
don't
right in
want
the middle of
to,
the
you can
casino.
sit at the bar.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would.
Awesome music too.
Yeah, so that's one I've said too. We need to go back. So that's
Right.
on our list.
Also, Troy Bar from the Onesie Crawl.
Oh, that was fun.
Right, because
Yeah.
that's downtown. It's upstairs, and every time I look up there, like there's older people up there.
Yeah.
It's not just like a young crowd. So if I was gonna go anywhere, that's where I would go.
And you can dance at Cat's Meow too.
True.
Yeah, if you want.
I may have done that with a broken foot. Okay, Buddy is lovely. Do you ever think you will get into advantage gambling, like proper strategy, video poker, or something similar?
Is he talking to you?
I don't know.
joking.
I don't know the
I don't
answer
know.
to that. Okay.
No. I appreciate the question. I would love to. It's not, I'm just a recreational for fun, have some drinks and gamble guy. I do watch videos on all that stuff, advantage gambling, and I do follow a lot of sports betting stuff on that. But I would never get to the point, I don't think, unless maybe when we retire, if we moved to Vegas or something, and that was like my thing. But no, it's too much effort and like too much time consumed. So
Right.
I'll stick to the recreation.
Sammy F. Just curious if you and Eddie gamble here in Ontario at all or just in Vegas.
Well, tonight we'll be gambling in Ontario, but rarely. It's just Vegas. The odd time we'll go to Niagara if there's an event like with people that
Or Dirty
we're
Heads
invited.
concert.
Dirty Heads concert, something
went
like
that last
that.
month.
Other than that, and same with Windsor. Last time we were here, my sister and my niece, we all came to see Boys to Men, and this time a bunch of friends asked us to come. So other than that, nah, it's Vegas for us.
Yeah. And also, I don't like spending Canadian money gambling.
Yeah, it's different because the Vegas ones you're trying to plan out and save.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Okay, Ray and Kelly, you said you've been to Vegas 30 times. What was your favorite trip and can you tell us why? But then also we have M Family on the Move. What is your most treasured Vegas memory? And that was also asked by K Green, DJ True and DJ True Sounds.
Holy.
And then Donnie Cobb said, what did you do on your top 3 Vegas trips?
Okay.
Okay, so basically
I would
our
say
favorite
the
favorite
favorite
trip and most
trip-
treasured memory.
Okay, favorite trip's easy. It's the wedding. 2011 was the best trip. Well, we got married. That's one. We had 40 people come in, friends and family, and it was just, to me, it was surreal. Like the wedding and everything was awesome, and then we would be hanging out with like a group of people and be walking down the strip, and then like 5 people, like family or friends, would walk, like, hey, right? Like it was just weird. It was my ultimate like fantasy to be in Vegas and like all my like close family and friends is here.
It was really
So
good.
we got to gamble together, drink together. We'd all go out together. The wedding couldn't have went better. It was amazing at Caesars and Joe's. It was awesome. So that's number 1.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay,
with
so
all of
that-
those things.
Okay. And then what was after?
Donnie said, what did you do on your top 3 Vegas trips? Because that would also have been our most treasured memory was the wedding.
So wedding number 1, like I said, just being here with everybody.
Yeah.
I'll tell one quick little story. So the wedding, everybody came in at different times. So the first night we were here, and there was a bunch of us that got here kind of early, and then people would trickle in that night. Not everybody came that first
You
night.
keep saying here like we're in Vegas.
No, I mean like
I know.
whatever.
Okay,
Anyway,
yeah.
so we're at Harrah's and we're playing craps. And it just started out with like me and my closest friends. Heather and a couple of girls, they're not playing, they're just drinking and watching off on the side. And the table is ruckus. It is insane. We had the best table ever. Everybody at the table's drinking. We're all winning, and I'm going on a roll like of a lifetime. Like every roll, can't roll 7. And then every like 20 minutes, a half hour, another person, my brother would show up. Then my friend from work flew in. And then we were like, get in on this table. Like it was crazy. So we're all gambling. Everybody's making money and the table is insane. I'd roll no matter what number. Table goes crazy. Everybody's high-fiving. This drunk girl from the other end kept running over. I'd have to catch her in the air because she's going crazy. And we're all high-fiving. And then, so we ended up playing till like 1 or 2 in the morning. We all made a ton of money. And then we all went to whatever the burger place was at Harrah's.
KGB or
K-
KGB or
No,
something?
KGB. No, it's not KGB. It's something to that effect, but not KGB.
Why? What's KGB?
I think that's Russian army.
Oh.
Anyway, so we go to this restaurant and everybody's drunk off their mind but has so much money, and we're not even sure who paid that night. I don't even, it's still a mystery.
I remember that.
Everybody talks about it. Someone paid the entire bill. We don't know who.
Right.
Maybe it was me. I don't know. But it was the craziest night of craps, and it was just the fact that it just felt like every half hour a new person would be like, hey, I just flew in. Get in here, right? Get your drink. And the drink service on point. Anyway, that was the best time ever. So
Yeah.
that was the way. Okay, so that was a tangent. That's what I love, Vegas.
Yeah. So
Okay, what
the
other trips?
Dirty Heads
Okay, you
concert.
go,
Dirty
you
Heads
go.
concert at Mandalay Bay.
I agree. I
Yes.
agree.
That was in October,
awesome. Yep.
and it was perfect weather. Like you couldn't even feel heat. You couldn't feel cold. You couldn't feel humidity. Nothing. I know it's not
That was the
humid there,
best
whatever.
concert. Yeah.
Like there was
Yeah.
no temperature. Like it was like
Yeah.
body temperature weather, right?
Yeah.
And It was at Mandalay Bay Beach, so we were in the water watching the
Yeah.
stage. Like, it was the best. And
That
then
was
we
so much
watched
fun.
the green. They opened for them, and that's where we learned of them. And that was
Yeah.
such an amazing concert. And then,
I
I
agree
got
with that.
together with my Wileys beforehand.
Yeah, all the-
we
yeah.
met up at Re-Raw.
I know, she's telling me, oh, we got to meet these people. I'm like, who? She's like, oh, it's a Wiley's group. They're all fans of Dirty. I'm like, and this was before we vlogged, right? So I had no idea. I'm just like, we're meeting random people from the internet. Like, I don't want to do this. Anyway, they were the nicest people. We had such a good time. So we're all having drinks at Re-Raw.
In the
And
back.
then- yeah, the back section there. And then we went over to Mandalay. It was awesome.
It was so
Great
good.
concert. So yeah, I agree with that. That's number 2. Number 3, I don't know.
They're all
Like,
good.
so good. Like, yeah, we haven't done any bad one. I don't know.
Maybe the trip with, like,
Recency bias, I would say, like, the one with my parents and your parents, that was, and
that was so
Jerry
fun.
and Peter, that was fun. The first time we went with Chris and Jolene.
Yeah, that was the trip right after that, I think.
Was it? Okay, so that, yeah, we had a good run there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I would say those, yeah, are in the top as well, for sure. Refresh the drinks. Go ahead.
Yay. Okay, so Emma Jane Pritchard, what is your favorite off-strip casino or place to visit that's not downtown, and why? And then JK said, if you could not go to the strip or downtown, would you still go to Vegas? If so, which off-strip properties?
Wow. So I'll answer the second one first. I would say yes. I would still try.
100%.
Yeah, I would still go to Vegas, try the off-strip properties, and then if it got to the point where it was just like, oh, this is weird or something, then I wouldn't. But I definitely would. I don't know. What's your favorite off-strip?
Okay, well, I have 2. Durango.
Oh yeah. Durango's
And
fun.
yeah, Durango was so good, but we were
Yeah.
only there for a short time.
I know, but we said we'd go back.
Yeah,
so that's
and
good.
then Silverton.
Oh yes.
And
I do
because,
like
and this
Silverton, yeah.
goes with the other one, like your favorite off-strip casino
And
that's
why?
not downtown, and
Yeah.
why? Because Silverton has the Shady's Grove bar, and they do
was
so
fun.
many different pop-ups. Like,
Yeah.
they just did an Alice in Wonderland one that I missed, and I'm so sad.
That was the Christmas one where you
Yes.
were wearing the Alice
Yes.
and I didn't put it on. Yeah,
Yes.
that was funny. No, it was funny. The bartender and I were having a good joke about
The
it.
bartender there is awesome too,
He
and I
was
always see him in the
awesome,
commercials
yeah.
for it too, which
Yeah.
I'm like,
We
yes.
were talking about the Oregon game.
Yeah.
That was funny.
And then you played
And,
really cheap
oh
tables
my
that
god,
night.
they had Ultimate Texas Hold'em table, $5.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, for $5 I could sit here all night. So little sneak, we are gonna try some
Yes.
different off strip on the next trip.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so Ray and Kelly, what is the best show, concert, and comedy you have seen in Vegas? And this was also asked by the Canadian slot couple. Show for me, Beatles. The Beatles love.
Yeah, that was really good. Again, recency bias. I'll say Magician's Study.
You did really like that, though.
Yeah, it was so good. Or Shin Lim. I like
Right.
magic. Like,
Right,
See,
yeah.
that's why I like the whole first question about us meeting fate. I believe in that kind of stuff. Anyway. go ahead.
Okay, so Magician's Study and Shin Lim, Beatles for me. And then concert, Dirty Heads, 100%.
Yeah, I got. Even though we saw Boys to Men at Mirage, right? It was
Yes,
Mirage.
yes.
Yeah, Dirty Heads outside Mandalay Bay. 100%.
so good.
Yeah.
Comedy.
Oh, who was? Oh, David Spade and Ray Romano.
Yes.
Yeah, it was so.
That
good.
was so good.
Was so funny.
It's funny because David Spade went on first, and then it was Ray Romano.
Yeah.
And David Spade was better, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
he killed it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Because he rambled about his flight and everything. Oh my god,
He's
it
so
was
funny.
so funny. And you know who was funny too? And I think obviously he's doing great because he still has residency. Is Carrot Top.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that was
like that
so
was good.
funny.
It was funny. Yeah.
And
He
I
was
really
good.
didn't know what to expect.
No.
Actually, when that show started and he was just coming out with all these props,
Yeah,
I'm like,
we
is
were
this
like,
what we're
this is
watching?
gonna be dumb, but it was
and then it
funny.
ended up being so funny, yeah.
That and who else have we seen?
Bill Burr.
Oh, Bill Burr was good. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
He's
so
funny.
There's our top. Yeah.
DJ True Sound said, what has been your least favorite moment and why?
Oh, really?
I don't think I really have an answer to this one.
No. Least. Yeah, I don't either. Like,
Maybe the timeshare thing?
Yeah, I would say the
Yeah, that
timeshare
would be
thing
it.
was annoying, but other than that, like, I know people joke about like, oh, a bad day in Vegas is still a better day at
Mm-hmm.
work, but it's so true. So, like everybody else who's watching this, we don't win every trip, and you've seen it. I put the totals.
The last
we're
one.
honest. So it sucks when you lose, but it doesn't suck enough that I didn't have a good time.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, like when we talk about Vegas, no.
I
like,
think we're still pretty like happy even when we are losing.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, like even there's no. I can't say least favorite moment. I don't have one.
Yeah,
except
no.
the timeshare.
The timeshare thing. That's
And
it.
even that was kind of a funny story. Remember when we got the bus back with all the people that had been suckered?
They sent us back on a massive
Yeah,
limo
we were
bus.
all joking. It ended up being kind of a fun little thing. So
Yeah, except for the thing is, I was in that like Vegas like first day like high,
Yeah,
where we
and they
just got
ripped us
drinks
away.
and we were so happy, and then because they took us away for so long, we were gone for like 4 hours. I got the biggest hangover,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, oh my god, I need a drink.
Nice.
So then I had to have a nap after we came back, and that ruined pretty much the whole day. But anyway, so that would be mine.
Yeah.
Okay, Charlie Thomas. What's the best and worst place you've stayed in Vegas? And this was also asked by Good Times in Vegas, a type of it. So
Okay,
best for sure,
best.
wraparound.
Oh, at Cosmo?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, for sure. Definitely. And worst?
It's funny because I don't really have a worst.
I know, even when the room's not great, we're still like, yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, I would say, okay, there was one room we had at El Cortez, the tower room, and it had the worst beds.
Oh, yes.
Something was wrong with the
yes.
beds. Like,
Yeah, it
was
wasn't
like
the
the-
air conditioning wasn't great either.
oh my
or
god, the air
something.
conditioner was so
Yeah.
loud. The air conditioner was loud. The bed sucked because I think what happened was like the frame broke, and so they just put like a big like board underneath.
Oh, okay.
It was
yeah.
so uncomfortable. and of
So
course, yeah, it was
I would
bad.
agree with that. Other
But
than
we've
that,
stayed in nice rooms at El Cortez.
Yeah.
It was just that one.
even some of the, because we, like I said on the vlog before, we stayed at Harrah's for years and years, and there's been some rooms that haven't been as good as others, and still, you make the best of it. So yeah.
Yeah. The bougie barista also said, what are your favorite hotels to stay at, both on and off the strip? And we've touched on this. It's
Yeah.
easy, Circa and Cosmo.
Yeah, don't have to elaborate. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So this was the question I was looking for earlier. Little Peanut 67 said, do you prefer downtown or the strip, and why? And I think we pretty much answered that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Zoe Stevenson, given the amount of times you visited Vegas, is there something or somewhere you haven't done or been that's still on your to-do list? And this is also asked by Dean Kemp.
Okay. I definitely, yeah. Our list always has something, right?
Mm-hmm. But there's some that's been on there longer than others.
Yeah. Okay. Like
The
what?
sign.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. That's
30
embarrassing.
times. 30
we
times.
haven't made our way to the sign. I think we're gonna try on the next trip. I say that every trip though. I'm like, yeah, we got to get to the sign.
I doubt it. But I
might.
would only really want to go there in the fall, winter anyway, because it's so hot in the
Well,
summer. I don't
there
want to
you
stand
go.
out there.
Yeah. So the sign is one.
The Neon Museum.
Oh,
And the funny thing is,
yes.
the Neon Museum was supposed to be in our wedding photos, and I didn't organize that. I ended up getting them taken half
The
them.
Arts District.
Yeah,
right?
so we ended up at the Arts
Which was
District.
good.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And Rumor, there's a hotel like
Oh yeah, yeah,
right,
that was great.
and I
yeah.
just loved the look of the inside of that place, so I set it up to get pictures taken in there too.
So yeah, Neon Museum though they're moving, so
Mm-hmm.
we'll go when they move.
I know, but I kind of feel like we should have seen it now.
I know, so that's a mistake.
Because I
what
saw
else
the
is there?
rendering of the new one and I'm like, oh, that's weird. M Family on the Move. What Vegas hotel have you not stayed in yet that you would really like to stay at? Me personally, I
that's a
don't
good
have
one.
any.
No?
No, because I don't really care.
Oh, okay. So I could think of a few that I haven't stayed. So mine are kind of plain, I guess. So I want to stay at Delano. We haven't stayed there. I've seen video. I think it looks good because they're all suites.
So he's asked me to stay there many times.
I know because it's so far.
It's
That's
too
the only
far.
thing. But I'm just like, maybe we do a trip down that end.
It's the furthest you can get from downtown. Do you think I want to go there? No, I don't.
What else? I would like to try Palazzo sometime.
Mm-hmm. I would stay
that
there,
seems
yeah.
nice. And then Wynn. The problem with Vegas, though, right? And you guys all know this is you need to kind of focus on where you're going to stay. So,
Mm-hmm.
so say as an example, so we say Palazzo. Oh, we both like to stay there. Well, then we need to be like, okay, this is going to be our focus for a little while. And I don't know
Right,
if
but I
that's
don't wanna
our
do that.
plan,
No.
right? So, but yeah, those would be mine.
Yeah, and the
yeah.
reason I say I don't really care is just because like we've stayed at the places I want to stay, and I found the places I like, and I don't really need to move around.
Yeah, the only thing I would add to that is I'd be willing to do like an off-strip night where we stay somewhere else. And
Yeah.
we do that place.
Like Durango, you mean?
Like Durango or
Yeah, I would
Green
say
Valley
Durango.
Ranch or
Oh,
something. You know what I
yes, I
mean?
would say
do
there
a
too.
night there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I would stay there. But it's not somewhere I need to stay. I'm just saying I would.
Yeah.
Okay, so Amy Nicole, what has been your favorite restaurant on the Strip or downtown, and downtown, I guess?
Okay.
And what meals were the best? And this was also asked by Kristen Marie 2000.
Okay. Again, recency bias. It's got to be Mother Wolf.
Oh yeah, that was so
Yeah,
good.
it was so good. I can't wait to go back.
I know, and the
I
funny
want to
thing
go
is,
back just to
to make sure.
justify it.
Yeah, I know.
Because, and we will tell you, we'll be honest. If it's not as good, we'll
Yes.
say, hey, they blew it out of the water the first time, and it's not as good this time.
Yeah.
But it
Because I
was
keep
so
wondering that. Because
good.
all we do is like talk.
I
rave
know
about the
that's
place,
what that
and
I
I'm like,
worry about that too because
Yeah.
we say it, and I don't want people to go there and be like, oh, wasn't that great?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Mother Wolf.
He always says it weird, but that's
what
okay.
else? Downtown. I know.
Andiamo.
Yeah, you love Andiamo. I thought it was good too. But I didn't get the same as you, so I would try something.
Right.
Yeah, but it's awesome there, and Barry's was so good
Mm-hmm.
at Circa. Yeah. So those. Yeah.
My steak at Andiamo was good, like better than Barry's, I think.
Yeah. Well, I had the.
You had pasta.
No, I had the bison steak at Barry's, which was
Right.
so good.
But you had pasta
yeah.
at Andiamo.
Yeah, so it was good.
But
I
the
didn't have steak.
ravioli
Oh,
that I
yeah.
talk about all the time was unbelievable.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then
And it-
also Joe's where we had our wedding.
Yes.
So
very
Joe's
good.
seafood, prime steak, and stone crab inside of
Caesars,
Caesar's,
yeah.
like right beside where Mirage was. Like we went there. Well, we had our wedding reception there in the Gigi room, and that was amazing.
That was amazing. Food was
Everybody
top
loved it.
notch.
People still talk about it.
I know. Yeah.
They were getting like steak and lobster for their meals.
Yeah.
And then I went again with my dad and my sister in 2017, and then we
went with your
went
parents.
with my parents this
Yeah,
year.
it was good.
Yeah.
We just ordered too big of steaks. That's all. But it was
Yeah.
really good. And
Yeah.
then 8 East too, right? Like that's our go-to
Yes.
when we're downtown.
Yes.
Food's always good.
Right. The steak there, so good.
Yeah.
Adam Hernandez, 2008. Best breakfast place, and have you tried breakfast at Ellis Island? Yes,
Yeah, we have. I
Yeah.
liked it.
And
Yeah.
I really
Value.
loved their potato, what are those called? Home fries.
Home fries, yeah.
Yeah, I loved their home fries.
Yeah,
They were
Ellis
really good.
Island's good. Best breakfast. We don't really eat a lot of breakfast in
Not
Vegas.
really.
Because I usually go in the morning, she gets ready, and then by the time we usually do like one meal for lunch and then a late dinner.
Right.
Or we skip the dinner and do a late night.
If we're drinking a lot,
Depends
we
on
don't
how it goes. So Henry's good for breakfast
Henry.
though.
I always
Yeah.
get the. Do I always get the prime rib or what's
short
it?
rib
Short rib Benedict.
Yeah. But we've had some good spots. Remember when I flew in? This is before vlogging.
Yeah.
I used to go to California every January for the place I worked at once a year. And then Heather would meet me in Vegas, or Heather and her dad would meet me in
Mm-hmm.
Vegas. And we used to go to Hex.
Oh.
Right? Because I'd fly in at like 6:30 in the morning after work.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was
So
good stuff.
Hex was so good, and I know it was Hex Alexas, like
Yeah,
two of them,
yeah.
and now it's just Alexas. But the thing is, they had a Hex Benedict,
Yeah.
and the Hex Benedict was so good, and they
Yeah.
took it off the menu.
And we used to get the bottomless mimosas
Yes.
to start the trip. That was good.
So
Yeah.
good, so good.
Good memories.
Nicole Romeo Juliet, favorite cheapest eats on Fremont Street. We talk about I feel like we're repeating our answers a
Yeah,
lot.
El Cortez.
El Cortez hot dog and 8 East.
Oh, yeah.
That's
sure.
my answers.
Okay, I
Yeah.
agree.
I feel like I'm repeating.
No, that's fine,
Well,
yeah.
obviously we are. Like
Yeah.
we're all just like circa.
And we, just so you know, we're not affiliated with Circa.
In any- or
We're not
anybody.
affiliated with anybody. We're
No.
too small. We don't.
And
know.
actually, now that you mentioned that, somebody did write on TripAdvisor that they thought that we were talking about El Cortez a lot because of they knew we were YouTubers or whatever.
Oh no.
And
We
they
get
don't know.
nothing from anybody.
Nobody knows that we're YouTubers. Like
No.
even if we're in there filming, like we've never spoken to a hotel once
No.
about us.
Yeah.
So
All our opinions are ours. That's it.
yeah, and that's how it will stay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you about food online.
No.
Okay, Stacy Moore, who does the best burger in Vegas? So this
Burger.
one's tough because we are either drunk when we eat a burger.
I don't eat a lot of
Or we
burgers
can't
in
remember
Vegas.
because it's been so long, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because I don't like to eat burgers when I have my makeup done.
And I don't like when we go to restaurants in Vegas. I usually don't pick burgers.
Mm-hmm.
I would take a clubhouse sandwich before I took a burger.
Yeah, I drunk ate a
So
Henry
you've-
burger on
you've had a few
the
of
vlog
it.
before, and that was really good.
So yeah, and I've also had a bite of that late
Yeah.
in bed.
It's good. I know, like it depends. Like there are times when we
So
are
we'll
just like,
I would say the Henry.
struggle
then.
bus
Let's say
eating a burger in
Henry.
bed.
Yeah. Or should we say White Castle? People like.
Ew,
No, it's good.
no. We tried White Castle when they first opened, and that was
Yeah.
awful. Okay. Also, BLT Burger used to be inside the Mirage, and they used to have really good
yes,
burgers.
and the shakes.
Yes,
Yeah, that was
yes.
good. Yeah.
I miss that place. But it got shut down because of the health unit or whatever.
Oh.
They closed them down.
Okay.
Okay, M Family on the Move. What Vegas restaurant is on the top of your want to try list? Which we have booked already.
We have a bunch. Oh, you have one in mind?
Yeah.
Okay, sick.
Golden Steer.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. If we can get there, for sure.
Yeah.
Golden State. Yeah. We've already said it a million times. Love Vegas, love the old school Vegas. I can't wait to hear the stories from the waiters about all the people that have been there in the different booths and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. I love that. So,
Okay, Vegas bacon. Apart from the airport $5, is there a tradition?
Nice.
A first thing you both always do when you arrive in Vegas or the hotel? So I can tell you that when we
Okay.
first started coming to Vegas, the very first thing we used to do was back when O'Shea's was the old O'Shea's and it
Oh,
was
yeah.
open to the strip.
Yeah.
We would go over there and start playing blackjack.
Yes,
and we'd
right
always
on the street,
Yeah,
right?
and we
Yes.
always used to arrive there so early in the morning. I don't know why. It was just the way the flights were then.
Yeah.
And so we would start playing blackjack right strip side right there and drink mimosas.
Yes, I remember. Oh, that was so good.
It was so good.
Yeah, because you were in the casino, but you were kind of
Yeah.
on the strip, and people are walking by.
And it
That
was
the
so
best thing.
cheap.
Yeah,
And it was so cheap. Those
Yeah.
mimosas were dirt cheap. I can't remember now
Yes,
exactly
and the tables,
how
the
much.
max was $5. Probably.
Yeah. And so that was so fun. And we did that for
Yeah.
years until they actually changed it and like closed.
Oh, Shay's down.
Yeah. And then they did the new, and now the new one sucks, but
Yeah.
that's just my opinion. And then after that happened, my first thing that I used to always do is we would always check in at Harrah's because that's where we always stayed.
Right.
Like pre-vlog, we were always at
Always
Harrah's.
Harris, yeah.
And I would run over to the over to the Numbar while he was checking in, and I would get the
yes,
up all night drink.
nights, yeah.
And that's kind of where we got the name for our channel members, the Up All Nighters.
Nighters, yeah, because we used to drink those all the time.
Yeah,
That
and it
first
was
thing.
the Up All Night drink is basically Red Bull vodka
Yeah,
slushy.
slushy, yeah.
Right? And that's what we used
That
to drink
was
all
our
the time.
go-to. Yeah. Things changed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then COVID happened, and then we got shut down from going, and then she got offers at Cosmo, and from there, then we started vlogging, and things
Yeah.
changed.
Yeah.
But yeah, we used to stay. That used to be our thing. You'd
Mm-hmm.
always go get an up all night. That was awesome.
So good.
Yeah. Other than that, right now it's just airport donation, and then grab a drink
Yeah.
when we first get there.
There's
Yeah.
really no tradition
no
now.
other. I still like. You got to do the airport.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, no.
Yeah.
Mikkel Jones, what is your largest hand pay you have received, and at what casino? Oh, and this was also asked by Love and Life 2610, JoJo74, Carrie Hall Moody, and Shannon Greenhow.
Oh, a
Oh,
lot
she's
of
a member
people.
now, so that
Oh,
should have been
nice.
earlier.
Thank you.
And the Canadian slot couple asked what we did with the moolah right after.
Okay. So
The biggest hand pay I would probably say was the 2000
2000 on double top dollar
at Cosmo.
Yeah, with your dad.
Yeah.
Second offer. 1,000 credits. Oh my God.
Then you've had the Moolah one. I've had the one at El Cortez.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Those are all like 1,500. We had the one with Chris and Jolene, 1,600.
And then you had the one when we canceled our flights. When we canceled
Oh,
our flights
yeah.
to stay with them, yeah.
1,500.
I can't remember.
Yeah, so 2,000
Yeah.
would be the biggest. What did we do with that? We gambled a lot after. Remember, I think that night with your dad too,
Yes.
we kept gambling, and then we were
Yes.
like, you know what? Let's slow it up a little bit because.
But we were winning more when we were betting more.
Right. No, but then the next night I think we were trying to like repeat it, and then
Oh.
we were like, you know what? Let's slow it up, and we did.
Yeah, I
so we definitely
think-
went home profit.
Right,
that
yes,
trip.
we did,
Yeah.
yes. And also shout out to Shannon and Chloe thank you for joining our members.
Yes, thank you very much.
Pamela Steffen said, do you recommend Dry Bar as a must-do or nah? Also, what other girly things do you recommend in Vegas?
This is for you?
Yes. So Dry Bar, that's a no for me. So I love going.
Oh, what?
I know.
Wow.
I love going. I love not having to wash my own hair because it's a pain in the ass.
the
and it
amount
takes
of
so long
money we
time.
have spent at Drive-Bar, and you're saying no. Wow. Okay, go ahead.
The reason is because my hair is like 50-50 with happiness when I
Yeah,
leave.
that I can attest to that.
Yeah,
Actually.
because there's times I leave there and I am
Yeah,
so
you,
happy.
You come back and you're like, oh, they didn't do it right
Yeah,
or
it
whatever,
sucks.
and I'm just like, oh, that's a
So
waste.
when we
Yeah.
were there with Chris and Jolene the last time in March,
Yeah.
I went in there the first day. She straightened my hair with a straightener, and it was amazing. But she didn't have to wash it. My hair was already washed and dried. I just wanted it curled. So it was amazing. I went in there 2 days later and they used a curling iron and it fell out immediately. So then I went the last trip we were together and I said to the guy, I'm like, will you do it with a straightener because it holds the curl easier than the curling iron? And I know he didn't want to do it, but he did. He didn't tell me he didn't want to do it. I could just tell when he was doing my hair. And anyways, it fell out right away too. So I'm just kind of like, why am I paying all this money to like walk out of here unhappy and my hair looks like a child did it an hour later, right?
Guys, look at the things girls do. It's
I know.
all good for us. Eh?
So I ended up buying a new curling iron for myself, like those ones that automatically turn. So I used it the other day and it worked pretty good. So I think that's what I'm going to stick with, yeah. But as for other girly things, I don't really have any recommendations, I don't think. There is this mimosa cruise, which I have not done.
Oh, yeah, you talked about
I was
that.
going to do that with my sister for her birthday, but we ended up going to Myrtle Beach instead. But
Right.
anyways, if you can do that, Las Vegas.
Lake Las
Yeah,
Vegas.
Lake Las
Yeah.
Vegas. I would do that.
Nice.
Okay, Eddie, this is for you.
Sweet.
Dylan, who is Eddie's favorite sports teams in the 4 major sports? And Heather, do you watch any sports or just in passing in Vegas?
All right, these are the questions I like.
Yeah,
All
he's gonna
right.
like this. Me, it's just in passing. You go ahead.
Yeah. Favorite team. So Detroit Lions for sure in NFL. Diehard Lions fan since I was a kid. I would say second favorite team in the NFL is the Saints. As a group with my friends, we bet on them quite a bit and had some future tickets during our wedding and stuff like that. But anyway, diehard Lions fan. Baseball, it's the Jays, Toronto Blue Jays. I do follow a few other teams, but I love the Jays. Hockey, I'm not a big hockey guy, so I'm a Bruins fan based because I loved Ray Bourque when I was growing up. He's my favorite player. But as I've gotten older and I'm not really into hockey, I've really been following the Knights. And Heather betting on them every year makes me follow them. So like, I would say, yeah, like I'm a VGK guy, right? So I'm Knights. And then basketball, I like the Raptors, but I love Golden State. I love Steph Curry. Favorite player to watch. Yeah, I watch all their games when I can. So yeah, those are my favorite teams. And thank you very much for asking.
Yeah, and as for me, like how I just watch it in passing in Vegas, I love wearing Lions gear during football season.
Because
when
of
we
the
go.
comments and everything?
Like
Like how people ask questions.
Oh yeah, like I love that they ask him questions and stuff.
No,
and there
but
was,
or
like, the
they're
Lions.
like, yeah, yeah.
But like I love wearing Lions stuff like to support.
Nice.
You know?
Yeah,
it's
that's
fun.
good.
Especially the onesie curl. Okay. Sorry, this name Latigue7373. Where would you recommend to watch the Super Bowl in Vegas?
So I've never actually done a Super Bowl in Vegas. It's on the bucket list. So I would say I'm in the Facebook group though, the big game in Vegas, I think it's called, and they'll go over all the different parties and things like that. So I would join that. There's so many around town, so do some research, figure out like, are you more into food or are you more into drinks? Are you into both? Is it more about like the live in-game betting? Does that room have to have kiosks for you? That kind of thing.
Right.
For me, I think if I did my first one, I would do it at the D in the ballroom. I've heard good things about that. I've seen pictures of it. It looks like my kind of style. But yeah, that's on my bucket list, Super Bowl in Vegas. I would love to be there.
Yeah,
for
we
that.
almost went once, and we
We
were going to
almost
go to
did.
Beer Park.
Yeah, that was going to be our choice.
But the seating was so limited at the time we
yeah.
decided, and then we
And then we
decided
ended up
we
going.
changed our flight, I think.
I can't remember.
I can't remember. Anyway,
But
there's-
anyway,
it
it's
all
hard
molds
to
together.
Super Bowl because we have Super Bowl parties at home and the kids love going.
Yes.
Like all my friends get together and all their kids, and it's a big deal. So I don't know. It'll be a while before I do a Super Bowl because I'm not gonna miss it with them. So.
Right, exactly. Are the Lions going to get to or win the Super Bowl this season?
Yes. No, so here's the thing with the Lions. I've been a fan since I was a kid, and when I used to tell people, they would laugh. They've had so many bad seasons, but I don't care. I always was a Lions fan. Loved Barry Sanders. Now they're good. And last year I was concerned because there was so much hype, and I'm like, there's just too much hype. They're not ready yet. They almost did, though. They should have beat San Francisco. They should have been in the Super Bowl. But this year, they're going to make it. like there's still some hype, but they've already had that hurdle. I've already bet them. I've got them to make it to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl, and win their division. I don't have my other phone. I'll tell you my other future bets. I've got some good college ones I've already put in. But anyway, yeah, Lions are making it this year. Yeah, that's all I got to say.
Okay. That was from Dean Kemp. I'm not sure if I said that
Okay.
or not. Paul Deere, what's your fancy for Super Bowl and the Stanley Cup?
This is awesome. So I would say it's Detroit. Here's my problem. I think it's going to be Detroit, Kansas City, and I'm concerned. If it's Detroit, Kansas City, I think Kansas City wins because I think they're going to three-peat. That's the problem. But if Kansas City doesn't get there, I think like maybe it could be Baltimore in the AFC. I know people are high on Cincinnati. I don't know. But I think the Lions definitely make it in the NFC. I think they're the best team. I think San Fran takes a step back. So I don't want to talk too much sport. The sports people are probably loving this. The other people are like, who? But anyway, that's who I think. It was, Stanley Cup. Again, not a big hockey guy.
Vegas.
So yeah, let's say Vegas. I hope Vegas makes, because Heather's going to bet on them for sure. And then anybody but the Leafs. I'm not a Leafs fan, so I like to see the Leafs lose.
Oh my God. I can't pronounce this one. This is a Instagram.
Mega Nero.
42. Best sports book on the Strip to watch the first week of NFL. There's 12 guys going.
Oh, that is awesome. Oh, so that's next weekend. Good for you.
Yeah. I hope you see this.
Yeah, next weekend from the time this was filmed. Yeah, I'm jealous of that. 12 guys going. Okay. So on the Strip, I would say Westgate Superbook is awesome. It's right on the monorail station. Caesars has a good one. And then if you want to go downtown, Circus.
Yeah.
Awesome. But good luck, guys. Yeah, kill it on the first week.
Ray and Kelly, would you ever consider doing a group pull with all of us viewers?
Oh, that kind of goes back to the members question.
I know.
We possibly would, but it's tough. I feel weird putting that out there on the internet, being like, hey, we're going to be in Vegas this date. Anybody that wants to gamble together, come here. And then I'm expecting people to fly all over.
And then also the downside to that too is people who aren't there on that day.
Yeah.
They're looking for us on other days when we're out doing stuff.
I know. It's tough. So I would say yes, there's a possibility for sure. I would love to do that. I'd love to do a big group pool and meet a bunch of people and have some drinks and gamble. That would be fun. But can we pull it all together and what date? That's the whole thing.
Because not the same date works for everybody.
Yeah, and it's just, I always feel like we're such a small channel, but yeah, the feedback we get is really awesome. So maybe we will. Yeah.
Ray and Kelly, how long have you been together? Also asked by Lucretia Hudgens. I keep screwing up, I'm sorry.
Okay.
17 years.
Good, I'm glad you answered.
Yes.
I was going to be like,
I already knew the answer to that because he was going to have a hard time figuring that out. The math guy.
Yeah.
This one's from 2 Cent.
Oh, awesome. I love Hagen 2 Cents videos.
Yes.
Huge fan.
Yes, we both are.
Yes.
And this is also our anniversary twins. We were married on the same day.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So she said, when X amount of years pass, do you plan on renewing your vows in Vegas?
Okay.
So I planned on renewing our vows.
Yeah, you wanted to do it
at our 10-year.
Yeah.
But it was COVID, and that ruined all of my plans.
Okay.
All of my plans were ruined.
So we would do it though.
Yeah, I would do it.
Maybe
25, 20.
Yeah.
But either way, I would really want the majority of who came to our wedding the first time to be there.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And again, you're asking for people.
Exactly, I know. Yeah. But I mean, I would hope that some of them would want to come, not necessarily because they want to be there for that, but just they want to go to Vegas, right?
Yeah.
So it would be so nice to do that with those people again, and then people that we've become friends with since or whatever. I would do it as long as people want to come and join us. Then yes. Kristen Haas, how do you guys get so much vacation time from work? And this was also asked by Christy 070707. I have 6 weeks off of work.
Yeah, she has lots of holidays.
And plus plus stats on top of that.
Yeah.
So our bank holidays, what you call them in the UK.
So I get 4. I don't have as much as her. So basically the answer to that is we're creative with our holidays. That's why you see us go a lot on, we only take 3 or 4 day trips. I wish we could go for 2 weeks like some people do. But yeah, we're creative with how we use them. We try to use them if we can over a long weekend, or if she has a weird stat holiday that other people don't get, I'll
Right.
book a day there, or I'll work from Vegas on the flight day. That kind of,
Yeah.
we'll make it work.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Just didn't make it work this weekend.
Yeah.
Lorraine Miller, who is the one that pushes to go back to Vegas sooner than the next planned trip? Usually it's Eddie.
I would say it's me. I'm always looking up and like.
Always bringing it up.
The problem is,
"Oh,
like
we
I
should go to
said, I
Vegas."
watched the VSiN, I watched Follow the Money, and they film from Circa, and they're always talking about sports and what's going on in Vegas, and it just makes me want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
But I am horrible for making decisions and pulling the trigger. So
Until
I'm the
I
one that
push him.
pushes it, and then she'll be like, book it.
Yes, book it. Because he's
So-
like, oh, I found a really cheap flight. Oh, I don't know what to do.
I
I'm like,
don't
book
know.
it.
I know.
I'm like, if it's even on your radar, book it. Like, let's go.
Yeah,
Like, come
so-
on.
I'm the one that will sit back and be like, what about this? What about this?
I'm gonna start taking over soon.
But
'cause
anyway.
I don't want to. Let's just go. You know.
Yeah.
So same person.
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of friends and family who ask why you continually go to Vegas and not somewhere else? We used to.
Yeah,
But
we
not
used
really
to get that
anymore.
a lot, but not as much. I think with the vlog, people are like, they watch our vlogs, they see it.
Yeah.
They're kind of like, that's their thing now, I think. I think
Right.
people are just like, that's what they do.
Right.
It's more about when's the next trip, not are you
Always,
going
always
again.
when's the next trip.
Yeah.
But I also have to mention too, like you say, you know, they all watch the vlog, but there is a massive amount of people that don't know we vlog in our personal life.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
Like
yeah,
we
yeah.
don't promote our
Yeah,
vlog
work.
on our personal social media at all.
No.
Work doesn't know.
No.
And yeah, like very close
I'm
friends
just saying,
and
but
family
close
know,
friends
and
and
that's it.
family,
No, but I
don't-
just wanted
they
to
don't
say.
say it as much because they're like, that's what they
Yeah,
do.
exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there is a ton of people who have no idea that this
Yeah.
is even a thing. For now. Until they find us one day. Mad Ginger Woman. If you could live in Vegas, would you? And then Chad Conway said, would you live here when you retire or stay in Canada?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I would say yes. I would
Yes to which one?
To consider retiring in Vegas. But yeah, we're not sure. But definitely in the U.S.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
know where I want to go.
Yeah, she wants to retire in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've talked about Vegas before, just because it's not just the Strip and downtown. There's so much going on.
Always.
There's always shows and little things. So like you could have quite a good, not social life, I guess, or nightlife.
Yeah.
Even if you're older when you retire in Vegas. So yeah.
You're never bored.
Yeah. So the answer, short answer, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Myrtle Beach. Chris and Tara, have you guys ever been cruising? If not, would you? And also asked by Henry's Mama 21.
Okay. So I have never. No.
He's never cruised. I have.
Yeah.
Together, you have been more on the like side of wanting to go on a cruise,
Mm-hmm.
but he's pretty seasick usually.
I guess. Yeah.
Okay, but we'd have to prepare for that just in case. But I went on a cruise with my one friend back in 2010. 2010, me and my friend went because I used to work at the Expedia Cruise Ship Center, and they had this group going, and a person couldn't go anymore, so they just sold me their cruise for $200.
Yeah,
I went
that
to
was
Grand
nice.
Turk, St. Kitts, and St. Martin, and it was the best time. I think it was a 9-day cruise.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was really good. Eddie didn't want to come because we had just come home from Dominican Republic, and so I went with my friend instead. And he didn't really want to go on a cruise, so. Ray and Kelly, do your family vacations resemble your Vegas trips, or are they totally different?
Oh no, totally
different.
Totally different. The family vacations, it's a lot more activities. Some things do cross over though. Like we're all into like games and trivia and that, so we do a lot of that with the family.
Right.
We do annual quiz. There's little thing. We don't need to get into it, but anyway. Yeah, we like to have a lot of fun. So the common theme is we have fun on both trips,
Yes.
but they're different.
Totally different.
Yeah.
I think, it's more of a family oriented.
Family activities versus bars and gambling.
Yeah. We don't have to worry about kids in Vegas.
Right.
Ray and Kelly, would you ever start filming different locations for your vacations? We enjoyed Heather's Myrtle Beach vlogs.
Oh, that's nice.
Thank you. I'm glad you did.
That's good. I would say no, though, right?
No, because we're a Vegas channel
Yeah.
when it comes down to it.
Yeah, it's just Vegas, and that's why we're doing this, because we love Vegas.
Right.
I think.
Like, we don't book a trip to vlog it.
Right. That's the other thing. Yeah. So no. And like we said, if it got in the way of our Vegas trips, we'd probably stop vlogging. So it's just Vegas.
Yeah. I do film most of our other vacations just for the family.
Yeah,
and,
we do. Yeah.
And I put it on just my
But the
personal
family loves
YouTube.
it. It's just so we have the memories.
Good.
It's like home videos.
Yeah.
Right?
It's the exact same, like, except for we
Yeah.
decided to put Vegas out for everybody and keep the other ones private.
Nice.
But I just decided when I went to Myrtle Beach for my sister's 40th to like put that one out
Yeah,
there.
we just wanted.
It was just for fun.
Yeah. Show a girls trip. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Longley Sid, have you ever been to the UK? No.
No.
I'd love to go, but I've never been.
Flown over. I've been in Europe, but not there. Yeah.
I haven't even been
Yeah.
anywhere over there yet. Bob Moran said, Caesar's Windsor soon.
Yes, Bob. Today.
Yeah.
No, there was no plans. A couple friends asked us to come, and we had a comped room. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're here.
Gave us a reason to film this too.
Yeah.
But we don't actually come here very often anymore.
No.
Stu Cam, could you spend 24 hours in Vegas without gambling?
Ooh, you could.
Yes,
for
I
sure.
could. I'm not even a big gambler.
So I would say yes to that as well. I think Vegas has plenty to offer to not gamble, but my caveat to that would be like I spend the 24 hours not gambling, but then I get to gamble. Like if it's like, oh, could you go to Vegas all the time without gambling? I'd say no.
Right.
But yes,
I
good
could.
question though. Yeah.
And this is our final question
Okay,
because
good.
there
Yeah,
were
we
so
gotta
many
speed
we
it
had to
up,
like
yeah.
take this down a
Yeah.
notch. But Vicky C, would you rather a grand jackpot of over 1 million, but that means
Okay.
you're never allowed to visit Vegas again,
Or
or
what?
continue to visit and always breaking even?
Oh, good. Vicky?
Vicky, yeah.
Oh, good question. I got to take the breaking
Same.
even. I know that sounds weird, but so yeah, I have to. Because, I win the $1 million. That's amazing. Changes my life. But then I never get to go back to Vegas.
No way.
No. Maybe if you asked me this in 30 years, if I'm alive, I'd be like, okay, I'm old enough. Yeah, give me the $1 million. No, yeah, I got to break even.
Yeah,
Same?
100%, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, I mean, there was other questions. We can't get to them
No,
all.
we wanted to make it too long. So
I feel like it's already pretty long.
yeah, it's probably pretty long. If you've been here for this whole time, we thank you. We love talking Vegas. I was when we were driving up here to the hotel, I was thinking like, what would I like to do with the channel or whatever. The channel is what it is. But I would love to host like a radio show where we just talk Vegas and people call in and give their opinion. Like do what we're doing now, but you guys are giving us feedback. I think that's a live stream, basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe one of those. I don't know. But anyway, this was a lot of fun. Thanks everybody for the questions.
And thanks for waiting.
Yeah.
'Cause it was a while
ago. So we're hoping to go back end of November. Members for sure. We're gonna do this fun thing with the Eddie Cam. It's gonna be like a members bracket challenge, like a March Madness type thing. So someone's gonna win some actual money, and it's just gonna help me out with Eddie Cam because when you guys pick, it's so much better.
I know.
So it's gonna be a lot of fun. So members, look out for that. And then we got a lot of other fun little plans for the vlog. But we can't wait to be back to Vegas.
Of course.
We hope we win tonight with our friends down at the casino. Hopefully, fingers
Yeah.
crossed. And thanks everybody for watching. And thank you for all the feedback. Leave a comment below, and we'll see you soon. Take care, everybody. Hope you had a great summer.
Bye.
Cheers.